Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto has the Uzumaki and Namikaze bloodline. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by The-Saiyan-God-of-Destruction and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. The history of Uzumaki. Uzumaki was the shinobi village and capital city of the land of whirlpools. It's founded by a single shinobi clan, the Uzumaki, who uses to live in the land of fire and were one half of the Uzumaki clan and the other half was the Senju clan. Ever since the age of shinobi began, the Uzumaki clan had always fought against the Uchiha clan until some members of the Uzumaki clan wanted to leave the land of fire before both clans ended up killing each other or another clan comes and wiped them out. However, the other members saw this cowardly and refused to leave, especially from the Uchiha clan, so the Uzumaki clan divided into two clans. Those who stayed took the Sen part of their former name and they became the Senju clan, whilst the other who left took the Maki part of their former name and they became the Uzumaki clan. The Uzumaki clan eventually became renowned throughout the entire shinobi world for their great genjutsu skills to the point that it led to their destruction, as during the Second Great Ninja War, by the combined forces of Hashigakure, Kusagakure, the Kigakure, who were all jealous of Uzushigaku as it was being called the Six Great Nations, and when they attacked there was also an unknown force, but those who survived the village's destruction scattered across the globe seeking refuge. However, just before the fall of Uzushigaku, the daimyo of the land of Whirlpool sent his youngest daughter Kushina Uzumaki to the Hidden Leaf village Konohagakure, the village that the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan created together, so she could become their Jinchuriki for the Nine-Tails Fox, because only someone with a strong body can contain it, and every single member of the Uzumaki and Senju clans had one, as they were the descendants of Ashura Otsutsuki, the youngest son of the legendary sage of six paths who was the first god of shinobi and the man who gave the power of chakra to mankind. The history of the Assassin's clan. Within the village hidden in the leaves there was a small clan that was the same size as a citizen family, but they were a clan of assassins and their name was the Namikaze clan, and this clan originally didn't have a homeland as they were a wandering clan back during the clan wars, and unlike the larger clans, the Namikaze clan and a few other clans that were the same size didn't take part in the bloodshed and instead just they focus on surviving, though the clan wars and the Namikaze clan way was by taking on assassination jobs to gain money, but they made sure that nobody knew that they were assassins in case anyone that they had assassinated had friends, family or allies who may come after them for revenge. The Namikaze clan was known for their skills in both lightning and wind style jutsus, as well as time-space ninjutsu. They were just as smart as the Nara clan, who are well known for their high level of intelligence, and when the Senju clan offered them a place in Konohagakure, the Namikaze happily accepted as they wanted to finally settle down in a good place to call home. There isn't anything about the Namikaze being a clan or a citizen family, or that Minato was an orphan who took the name Namikaze, so this is what the Namikaze clan are in this story, and also the Namikaze clan symbol is the Assassin's Creed symbol. In the land of fire there is a village hidden in leaves called Konohagakure, where Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki to the Nine-Tailed Fox, the Kyuubi, live and is hated. On October 10th, the day that Naruto was born, the Kyuubi had escaped from its previous Jinchuriki, Naruto's mother Kushina Uzumaki, and was destroying the village before Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, also known as the Yellow Flash of Konohagakure, sealed the Kyuubi with Naruto, his newborn son. However, what people didn't know was that over the 9 months that Kushina was pregnant with Naruto, the Kyuubi's chakra was merging with Naruto's chakra, and when he was made into the Kyuubi's new Jinchuriki, it caused something within Naruto to change and became stronger, granting him things that his parents didn't have. Bloodline releases. Also, before Minato died, he also sealed the last of his and Kushina's chakra within Naruto in hopes to see him again when he's older, but because of the change with Naruto's chakra, Minato's and Kushina's instead just merged together with Naruto's chakra, giving him all of Minato's and Kushina's memories and knowledge, but all Naruto had to do was unlock them. 5 years after the Kyuubi attack, all since Naruto could remember from his earliest memories was that almost every single person in Konoha had treated him worse than dirt, and they call him things like fox demon, spawn, monster, freak, murderer. And when he was 4 years old, the women who run the Konoha's orphanage kicked Naruto out and said demons don't deserve to be taken care of. 2 months after Hiruzen's Anbu found Naruto living in a dark alley, so they took Naruto straight to Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, where he set up an apartment for Naruto to live at the red light district, and when the villagers would attack him, all Hiruzen would do was send them to jail for just one night and then let them go scot-free, because of the civilians' council would cause trouble for Hiruzen if he did anything else to them. But on Naruto's 7th birthday, a mob of villagers decided that they were going to finally kill Naruto. It all started when Naruto was walking home from Ichiraku Ramen before the two Chunin who were hired by the mob and was promised if they bring Naruto to them, they would promote to Jonin rank. So when they found Naruto and drag him into a nearby alley before knocking him out and took him to the mob who were in an abandoned warehouse, and once they handed Naruto over to the mob, then began to beat him brutally. As the mob attacked Naruto, something within him broke and another thing awakened, and suddenly a bolt of lightning came down from the sky, hitting Naruto directly as well as the mob that were surrounded him, and as the dust cleared, it revealed that Naruto is unharmed from the lightning. However, the people who were closest to Naruto wasn't so lucky because they were dead and their bodies were completely burned, and as for the people who a bit further away, they had burn marks all over their bodies, and as for the rest of the mob, they just stood and stared in shock and were also scared that if they did anything something might happen. But then something else surprising happened. Naruto stood up, and as he did, the mob saw that all the bruise and cuts they gave him began to heal itself, and soon, not even a scar was visible, and then they saw Naruto's eyes, and instead of his normal violet eyes, they were glowing almost white blue, and lightning was all around Naruto's body, as well as coming out from his eyes. The mob then tried to run away like cowards, seeing that things have turned around for the worst for them, but the lightning around Naruto just shot out, hitting every single one of them and made them suffer before killing them. Then the lightning around Naruto disappeared and his eyes turned back to normal just before Naruto passed out on the floor. Within Naruto's mind, suddenly Naruto's eyes snap open and he found himself in a dark sewer. At first he thought that the mob had thrown him down in the sewers to die, but just then he remembered what happened with the lightning and the mob. Then he fell to his knees crying and began to shout, "They were alright, I'm really am a monster." But just then Naruto felt something calling, so after a minute he decided to find out what it was, rather stay where he was. After a couple of minutes of walking towards what was calling, Naruto found a very large room that had a cage with a symbol for seal on it, and Naruto felt what was calling him was coming from the cage, so him continue, and when reach he tried to see whatever was inside, but all he could see was darkness. But just then giant claws came out from the cage and also hit Naruto, but him ducked just before they could touch him. Naruto then ran away from the cage and headed towards where he was before, but he looked back at the cage and saw two large dark red eyes staring at him, which froze Naruto in fear. "So this is my new warden, I have never had met any of them so young before," said the creature in the cage. "WWHURRYO, you?" Naruto asked in fear. "What are you saying? Speak clearly, boy," said the creature in the cage, shouted angrily. "Who are you?" Naruto asked again but clear. "I'm sure you have already heard about me, I'm the mighty nine-tailed fox, the Kyuubi," said the Kyuubi. "Wait, the same Kyuubi that attacked the village 5 years ago," said Naruto. "The one and only," answered the Kyuubi. "But that's impossible, I heard that the fourth Hokage killed you," Naruto said in disbelief. "Ah, no human can truly kill a Byayu, instead you a lot just Seala," said Kyuubi. "Wait, seal you?" Naruto asked. "Yes, your fourth Hokage knew that he couldn't destroy me entirely, so instead he sealed me away," said the Kyuubi. "So does that mean that the fourth Hokage sealed you within me?" Naruto asked in hopes that he was wrong. "Yes, 7 years your fourth Hokage sealed me within you to stop me from destroying your entire village," said the Kyuubi. "So when the villagers call me a demon they were right," Naruto said upset. "Ah, you wish you are not me, kid, all what you are is a vessel, nothing more," said the Kyuubi. "But I just killed those people," Naruto said. "No, they case your bloodlines to awaken when they were attacking you, so I call it self-defense," said the Kyuubi. "Bloodlines?" Naruto asked confused. "You know those special ability that some ninjas possess which is only within some shinobi clan," said the Kyuubi. "Like that clan that all the members had wide eyes, but I'm an orphan and clanless, so how do I have a bloodline?" said Naruto. "It doesn't matter that you're orphan brat, you still had parents, but neither of them had these bloodline expert for your mother, she kind of had 2 of them, but they have evolved greatly within you, because of my chakra entered your body back when your mother was still my Jinchuriki, and her name was before." The Kyuubi couldn't finish it sentence, Naruto interrupted. "The Shina Uzumaki, your previous Jinchuriki, and she was my mother," Naruto said in confused tone. "Yes, she was my previous Jinchuriki and your mother, but how do you know that?" the Kyuubi asked curiously. "I don't know why, but I just do like I know that Mito Uzumaki or Mito Senju was your first Jinchuriki," Naruto said, confused on why he knew things that he shouldn't know. Interesting, perhaps it has something to do that, maybe," the Kyuubi said to itself. "What are you talking about? What something?" Naruto asked, wondering what the Kyuubi was talking about. "Well, 7 years ago when the fourth Hokage sealed me within you, he also sealed the last of both his and your mother's chakra inside of you as well, in hopes to re-meet you when you are older. However, both of their chakras didn't stay in you, like it should have, instead their chakras just merged your own, and this must be the side effect of it, you had gained both of their memories and knowledge, and the only reason why you are getting them now is because your bloodline had awakened," said the Kyuubi. "Wait, the fourth Hokage, his name was Minato Namikaze, and he was my father," Naruto said in shock. "Yes, Minato is your father and the one who sealed me within you," said the Kyuubi. "It's all his fault then," Naruto whispered. What are you talking about?" the Kyuubi asked curiosity. "The reason why my life has been so miserable is all because he chose to protect villager and condemned me to all this pain and sadness," Naruto said with tears going down his face. "And what are you going to do about it?" the Kyuubi asked curiosity. "I'm done with it, all of it. Why should I be their punching bag? Why should I try to understand them after everything they've done to me?" Naruto said in anger. "Haha, that's something I would like to see. Okay then, how about a deal?" said the Kyuubi. "What kind of deal?" Naruto asked curiously. Simply I will help out in exchange you give me access to your senses like sight, hearing, taste, smell and touch, because it is really boring in here and I like to know what's going on outside in the real world, said the Kyuubi. You will help me in fights against strong people who want to hurt me, asked Naruto. Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about, and you know that I'm not lying about this. If you have both of your parents' memories you know I can't do anything to you, even if you agree to this, the Kyuubi said, and made Naruto think for a moment, and with his newfound knowledge he knew the answer. You're right, it won't affect the seal or me if I give you access to my senses. There is just one more thing I would like from you, said Naruto. Oh, what's that, the Kyuubi asked curiously. As you probably know I don't trust this place, so I want your help with my plan, said Naruto. And what plan is that, the Kyuubi asked even more curiously. It's a safeguard so that if this place ever tries anything against me, I'll have a place to go to if I decide to go rogue on them, said Naruto. If that's what you want then sure I agree, said the Kyuubi. Then we have a deal, Kyuubi, said Naruto. Kurama, my name's Kurama, said the now revealed Kurama. Okay then Kurama, said Naruto. This may turn out to be interesting, Kurama thought. Konoha's hospital. As Naruto slowly opened his eyes and found himself in a familiar hospital room and was laying down on a familiar bed, Naruto realized that this was the hospital room where he would be taking to after the villagers' attacks. But just the door opened and it revealed the third Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi who walked in. Hiruzen Sarutobi was an old man with grey hair and brown eyes, his face is gaunter, and he has the wrinkles and liver spots. He wore a white haori with a red full-length kimono that is tied using a white sash and the Hokage's hat. Naruto, my boy, you're finally awake, I was so worried for you, Hiruzen said in a kind tone. What happened, Naruto asked whilst he rubbed both of his eyes. My Anbu found you unconscious inside a warehouse, said Hiruzen. Oh yes, said Naruto. Naruto, there were dead bodies of villagers all around you and they were burned to a crisp. Please tell me honestly what happened in that warehouse, Hiruzen asked serious. I can tell him most of the truth except for the parts about my bloodline and meeting with the Kyuubi, since I don't know what he may do to me if he found out the whole truth, Naruto thought to himself. All I remember was that I was walking home from Ichiraku Ramen before two men dragged me to a dark alley and knocking me out, and when I woke up I was surrounded by a mob, then all of them attacked me, then everything went dark and now woke up here, said Naruto. I know that the Nine Tails didn't take control over him or everyone in the entire village would have felt its dark chakra, so what happened to those villagers and why do I feel Naruto is hiding something from me? He would never hide something from me, he trusts me completely, I better play some of my Anbu to keep track of him, just in case, thought Hiruzen. Hey Hokage-an, I don't feel bad or hurt, can I go, Naruto asked in a hurry. Yes you can. Wait, did you just call me Hokage-san instead of old man? Hiruzen asked in shock. Yeah, you don't want to hear me call you old man, right? Naruto said as he put up his clothes. No, you're right, but still, Hiruzen said confused. Okay, I got to go, said Naruto as he rushes out of the hospital room. Now I know something wrong, I better order my Anbu to keep an eye on him right away, Hiruzen said to himself. With Naruto was running toward something every special place and away from the hospital because of two reasons. First was that now that Naruto has both of Minato's and Kushina's memories, he now where his real home was the Uzumaki clan compound where his mother grew up when she first came to the village from her home village Uzushiogakure, a village created by Hashiram Senju, the first Hokage himself, and was built into the side of Hokage Rock. And the second reason why Naruto left in a hurry was that now he know the truth. He didn't know what to think about the Hokage, he keep the truth about where Naruto truly come from. Why the villagers hated him so much and where he true home was sure the Hokage protected him from villagers, but the Hokage never did anything to them and always told him to forgive them or try to understand them. As Naruto got closer to the compound he ran past a couple of sakura trees and as he looked at them, he started to remember something happened that he wasn't involved in and it was about back when his mother just moved to Konohagakure. She was bullied by boys in her class because of her red hair and one day one of the bullies grabbed it and started to pull it, but Kushina had enough and started to beat up all the bullies and Naruto's father Minato was watching everything. However, later that day, as Kushina made her way home, though the sakura trees, the bully who pulled her hair stopped her alongside his older brother who was a genin, and the older brother beat Kushina up and told her that the village will never accept any outsiders, but just like before in the classroom Kushina had enough and started to beat the older brother up as well as give him two black eyes, and then she beat the little brother again, and once she was finished she looked up and saw Minato standing on a tree branch watching the whole event, but because Naruto now had all of his memories, he knew that when Minato was walking home, he saw the brothers and overheard them talking about what they going to Kushina, so Minato, as IDD wasn't going to allow that to happen, but once he got to the sakura trees he watches Kushina beat the brothers up. When Naruto finally reached the Uzumaki clan compound, he saw that it was the same size as the Uchiha clan and Hyuga clan compounds, with a large wall that surrounded the entire compound and haven't weakened over the years, despite no one has lived there and taken care of it. And as Naruto walked to the only gate, which was large and had no handles, but instead it had a seal which most cover it, but Naruto knew thanks to his parents' memories that the seal was designed to allow only clan members and other people who have been given permission from clan members, and all they had to do was put a drop of blood on the center of the seal to open the gates, and they only have to do that once because after they would be allow entry all the time. So Naruto bit his thumb hard enough, which caused it to bleed. Then he placed the drop of blood on the center of the seal, which caused it to glow, then the gates open. Naruto then looked drop at his thumb, wondering where could he find something to cover it until it heal itself. But to his surprise, when he saw that there wasn't anything wrong with it, like he didn't just bit his thumb and made it bleed, which made him wonder sure he heal fast before, but never this fast. But now wasn't the time to think about it, instead it was time to see his home. As Naruto entered the compound, he saw that its entrance stands in a laboratory with a bridge over a small lake, and its style for it was traditional fashion like many other clan compounds in Konoha. Think traditional Japanese style. It had the Uzumaki clan symbol on the inside of the wall that surrounded the compound, and most of its many buildings were built into the mountainside and all. The tiles on the roof of each building were red. It's Menma's secret hideout, the training cave from Naruto Shippuden. The road to ninja movie, however, here it's the Uzumaki clan compound. I'm finally home, Naruto said to himself. 1 year after the awakening, Naruto at the age of 6. It has been 1 year since Naruto obtained his parents' memories, awaking his bloodlines, and meet the Kyuubi. During that time he spent most of his time at the Uzumaki clan compound, living without any worry from the villagers and training in different things like ninjutsu, fuinjutsu, ijutsu and kinjutsu, but he had no talent in jinjutsu whatsoever. However, he was immune to all forms of jinjutsu. Unsurprisingly, he possessed a massive chakra amount for being a member of the Uzumaki clan, a children of a Jinchuriki, and being the Jinchuriki for the Kyuubi. However, he also possessed a perfect chakra control, which be impossible for Naruto. But he knew why, because he was also a member of the famous Enju clan who all naturally possessed perfect chakra control, just like how all the members of the Uzumaki clan all naturally possessed large chakra reserves. And the reason why Naruto was also a member of the Senju clan was because of Minato's father. Arashi Namikaze was the secret son of Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage, and that was the reason why Minato was allowed to learn the Flying Thunder God Jutsu unlike many other shinobi. Yes, the name that many people thought the fourth Hokage's name was until it was revealed to be Minato, and I'm using it for Minato's father name instead. Ever since the attack, Hiruzen had gotten suspicious of Naruto's activities. Back when Naruto ran out of the hospital, Hiruzen had summoned one of his Anbu Black Ops to follow Naruto, but by the time he went after Naruto, he had lost track of him, and as the Anbu Black Ops member went back to Hiruzen at the Hokage's mansion and told Hiruzen he was disappointed but understood how because of Naruto's pranks he pulled around the village to get some action. He also managed to get away from the shinobi, who were ordered to catch him. Hiruzen then ordered his Anbu to keep eye on Naruto, but after 2 weeks every single day when the Anbu Black Ops members went to Hiruzen and gave their report on Naruto's activities, Hiruzen found out from each reports no matter who was ordered to keep watch of Naruto. For the day they all had barely seen Naruto at all, which only rose Hiruzen suspicious even further and made him wonder where does Naruto go, and spends most of his time which none of his Anbu could find or even follow him. The only few times that the Anbu could keep eye on him was when Naruto was attending Konoha's academy in order to become a genin. However, unknown to the Anbu or anyone else was that the Naruto they were seeing wasn't the real Naruto. Instead, it was enhanced shadow clone, which are a more powerful version of the shadow clone jutsu that allows the clone to continue to exist even if the original was extremely far away from the shadow clone, and it can take a couple hits before disperse. Unlike the normal shadow clone jutsu that disperse after one strong hit, however, it required more chakra to perform, and whilst clone attended the academy, the real Naruto was training in secret. But Naruto, a 6-year-old Naruto, was currently at the Uzumaki clan compound library, reaching any way that could help him get any stronger, until he came across a rather easily method that Jiraiya of the Sannin, also known as the Toad Sage of Konoha, and Minato sensei used back during his early years as a student of the third Hokage, which was just perform the summoning jutsu without having a contact with any summon clans, which will then transport you to a summon region that you have a strong spiritual affectation towards that summon type. So as Naruto performed the summon jutsu without having a summon contract, he got himself teleported to a very large mountain forest that had trees that were far bigger than other tree that Naruto had ever seen before. Where am I? Naruto asked himself as he looked around until he saw a red fox, which was the size of one of the Inuzuka clan ninja hounds. Who are you, human? The fox asked curiosity. A taking fox, said Naruto, not too shocked about seeing and hearing a taking fox after all knowing Kurama. You don't seem too surprised about me taking the fox, asked curiously. Well, I kind of already know a taking fox, said Naruto. Really, who the fox? Asked curiously. I don't think you would know him, said Naruto. Try me, said the fox. His name is Kurama, said Naruto. Kurama? Yeah, I don't know him anyways. Who are you, said the fox. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Who are you and where am I, said Naruto. Well, my name is Minos and you're a Kitsune Den Forest, but how did you get here, Naruto, said Minos. I performed the summoning technique without having a contract which brought me here, said Naruto. Really? Well, in that case you better come with me to see Lady Konkin, said Minos. Who's Lady Konkin, Naruto asked. She's the head fox of Kitsune Den Forest, said Minos. Well, let's go and see her then, said Naruto. Naruto then followed Minos up the mountain, and along their way up Naruto saw other foxes that had blue and green fur coats, and some of them were even far larger than Minos. However, as Naruto and Minos finally reached the top, they then entered a temple, and as they did Naruto saw a golden fox who was the same size as Kurama, laying down on something that looks like a throne, which also had lots of pillows around it to make it more comfortable. Lady Konkin, I brought you someone to meet, said Minos. Oh, who is it, Minos, said Konkin. This boy's name is Naruto Uzumaki and he says that he got here by doing the summoning technique without having a contract with any summon clan, said Minos. Interesting, thought Konkin. So you came here though the use of summoning technique, said Konkin. Yes, that is how it happened, said Naruto. May I ask why did you do the summoning technique in the first place, said Konkin. I was reading a book in my clan's compound library and I found out that man from my village called Jiraiya and he did the same thing that I have done, perform the summoning technique without having a contract, but he was transported to Mount Myaboku where the toads live and for the reason why I did it is because want to get stronger, said Naruto. For someone so young and already desires power, why is that if I may ask, Konkin asked curiously. Because I don't want anyone to ever treat me wrong again, said Naruto. Who has treated you so wrongly, young Naruto, said Konkin. Almost every single person in my village, said Naruto. Why would they do that, said Konkin. Because I think I'm a Byaru instead of a human being, said Naruto. So you're Jinchuriki then, and may I ask which Byaru do you hold inside of you, said Konkin. I have the nine-tailed fox inside of me, but his name is Kurama, said Naruto. Kurama? How do you know his name is Kurama, said Konkin. He told himself. We are friends, you see, said Naruto happily. Really, you're friends with him, said Konkin. Yeah, and Kurama has been helping me in my training as well, said Naruto. Naruto, I have a very important question to ask you, said Konkin. Sure, what is it, said Naruto. Seeing that you have an affection towards foxes and that you have befriended a Byaru, how would you like to become our very first summoner, said Konkin. Sure I will, but why me, said Naruto. Well, many of foxes here want to see the human world and because we never had a summoner, I think it is about time to do, said Konkin. Okay, then I will be gladly become your summoner, said Naruto. Excellent, said Konkin. Then she used her tail to pick up a scroll that was behind her and place it down in front of Naruto. Now just bite one of your fingers and with the blood from it write down your name in the scroll, which will make the contract between you and us, Naruto, said Konkin. Naruto did exactly just that. He bite one of his fingers and drew blood from it, then he used it to write down his name in the scroll. And there, said Naruto as he finished. Excellent, now you are our summoner, Naruto Uzumaki, said Konkin. Great, I hope that we'll work well with each other, said Naruto. A couple days later, a couple days after Naruto signed the fox summoning contract and became its first ever summoner, he been planned to find a way to go to his ancestral homeland, the land of Whirlpool, to begin his plan to create a home away from Konoha, and with the chance that may Konoha betrays him, it may even become his true home, so he decided that his second home was going to be at his mother's former home, Uzushigaku, and so Naruto had one of his fox summons go to another nearby village with one of his flying thunder kunais so he could travel there, and with a large sum of money that Kushina inherited and left behind in the Uzumaki clan compound, Naruto inherited it and used a bit of it to buy a small house from the nearby village and perform a very advanced door sealing jutsu that is extremely difficult to use and can seal away entire buildings into a scroll, and it was created by the Uzumaki clan, so Naruto seal away the small house. Naruto also changed his apprentice those seals that he placed on the inside of a white kitsune mask that he wore over his face, which changed his voice as well as his skin tone and hair color, making his skin a different shade and his hair pitch black. It's Menma's mask. He wore a poncho cloak that covers only his upper body. Whilst under disguise, Naruto also came up a different name to use, which was Zerafat Satsuki, using the last name of his ancestor. Yes, I'm using Zeraf's name from Fairy Tail. With his disguise ready, Naruto with the help from his fox summons, Naruto managed to escape from Konoha and travel to the land of Whirlpool undetected whilst leaving a couple enhanced shadow clone behind to take his place to keep up appearance, and when they finish whatever they needed to do they can reseal themselves in a seal and be unsealed whenever they are needed again. As Naruto reached ruins of Uzumaki, he saw the destruction that Tokigakure, Hashigakure, Kusagakure and the unknown force has done to it, and all of it was out of jealousy of Uzumaki. And as Naruto walked around the ruins, he sensed that there was not a single person on the island, which was good, and soon enough, he found a good place that wasn't easy to find and unsealed his small house, and then he took off the white kitsune mask. Okay, then all I have to do this place an enhanced flying thunder seal, and I'll be able to come and go as I like, said Naruto. It's an enhanced flying thunder seal which was created by Minato, and the reason why he created was so that if he was ever away from the village and it got attacked, he could teleport back to the village straight away. Hey Naruto, there's something I want to ask you, said one of Naruto's fox summons. Oh, what is it? Naruto asked curiously. Well, as you know, you're our first summoner, meaning that my clan hasn't really traveled, so I was wondering if it was okay, could the Fox clan could and hang out here so that everyone in the Fox clan would be able to see the outside world, said the fox summon. Sure, I don't a problem with that, and besides it would be useful if you guys were here to keep watch over it for me whenever I'm not here, said Naruto. Really, if that case I'll go and tell Lady Konkin, the fox summon said excitedly. Sure thing, see you later, Naruto said to his summon as it returned to its homeland to inform its leader. Another couple months later, after placing the flying thunder seal in his other house, Naruto was able to teleport back and forth between Konohagakure and Uzumaki whenever he wanted to, and with fox summons keep watch over Uzumaki for him, he didn't have to worry about anyone finding his other house. Currently within Konohagakure, it was having a peace meeting with a village hidden in the clouds Kumagakure, with a possible alliance being formed between the two great villages for the first time. However, on the night that the envoy from Kumo arrived at Kano, it held a festival, and the atmosphere was quite exciting, in a world where there was constant danger. It was nice to know that they had at least one less enemy to worry about and instead gained a friend in the process. While the villagers and the shinobi of Konoha were celebrating this major victory, a ninja delegation of Kumo were sticking to the shadows doing reconnaissance, which they were ordered by the 4th Reikage Yatsuki to scout out the security of the village and to, if possible, take any scrolls or techniques that they could get their hands on. Also, if they could manage it, they were to try and take an Uchiha or Hyuga child. The head Kumo Jonin were feeling quite bold and confident in himself. He decided that he was going to take a Hyuga and in turn the Byakugan, something that Kumo had been after for a very long time. Yes, I know the 4th Reikage last name isn't Jutsuki, but here it is, and it's a clan. The head ninja of Kumo managed to sneak into the Hyuga clan compound and abducted Hinata Hyuga while she slept, and as he managed to get out of the compound undetected, the head ninja of Kumo thought that he was successful in his mission to obtain the Byakugan bloodline from Kumo. Unfortunately, he did not account for a certain someone to be follow right behind him. Because years ago when Kumo tried to kidnap Naruto's mother for her chakra mold ability, but Tsuchi was saved by Minato, Naruto thought that Kumo might be trying something, as out of all 5 great shinobi villages Kumagakure didn't possess as many bloodlines as the others, so Naruto decided to keep watch over the head ninja of Kumagakure himself, whilst having his shadow clones keep watch over the other Kumo ninjas. Stop right there and hand over the girl. Surprised the Kumo ninja, immediately he dropped Hinata and took his battle stances, suspecting that he was surrounded by a couple of teams of Konoha Anbu. Instead he was met with the sight of a blonde-hair child. Haha, you had me worry there, kid, the Kumo ninja laughed madly, but when he eventually stopped the Kumagakure ninja thought, however, how the hell did he find me so fast? I won't repeat myself again, hang over the girl right now, Naruto said in a serious tone. Oh, what, just face it, kid, you got no change against me, and there's no way I'm handing the girl over to you. However, sadly for you, I can't allow you to go back to your village and tell where exactly I am, so say good night, you brat, the Kumagakure ninja said as he pulled out a kunai and charged straight at Naruto, ready to kill him. However, just as he changed straight at Naruto, he wasn't prepared for Naruto's chains that came out of his back and wrapped themselves around the Kumo ninja and started to crush him. What is this? The Kumo ninja shouted angrily at the fact that he fell into a trap at the hands of a mere child. These are my chakra chains, and don't try to use your chakra to break free from them, as they can also suppress anyone else's chakra, said Naruto. Chains made out of chakra that can suppress anyone else's chakra, I've heard of this, said the head ninja of Kumo. That isn't surprising after all, since your village tried in the past to do what you are doing right now, kidnapping someone who possess a bloodline, said Naruto. I remember it was Kushina Uzumaki, the red hot-blooded habanero of Konoha, said the head ninja of Kumo. Correct, your village tried to kidnap her back when she was a child, said Naruto. If you possess the same bloodline then you must be related to her, right, said the Kumo ninja. Yes, you are correct, we are related, she is my mother, said Naruto. But from our reports on Konoha it said that she died during the Kyuubi's attack, however it never said anything about her having a child, thought the Kumo ninja. Well then, goodbye, Naruto said as his chains increased its hold over the Kumo ninja. Wait. Don't. The Kumo ninja shouted in panic and in pain. Sorry, but people like you who would kidnap children just piss me off, Naruto said as his chains crushed the Kumo ninja, killing him. After it was done, Naruto walked over to Hinata to see if she was all ready, and from what he could tell she wasn't physical hurt. "Don't worry, it's okay, I'm not here to hurt you," Naruto said calmly. "Who are you?" Hinata asked scared. "Just someone who's here to help. Now then, let's get you back to the village," Naruto said as he picked Hinata, and they walked back to the village. As they were getting close to Konoha, Naruto stopped and put Hinata gentle down. "Here is as far as I can take you," said Naruto. "How see can I ever replay you," said Hinata. "Just don't tell anyone that it was me who saved you, okay," said Naruto. May I ask why?" Hinata asked curiosity. "I would like to keep my ability a secret for a while longer," said Naruto. Naruto then reached into his pocket and pulled a small flare which he handed over to Hinata. "Count to 5 and use this, it will get people's attention and they will come here and will bring you back to the village," said Naruto. Naruto then turned around and jumped into the trees, however he didn't leave, just led as he wanted to make sure that Hinata will be alright, so he waited and watched behind a tree, and when Hinata used the flare, he sensed a group of shinobi along with the Hokage were heading towards her quickly, and so Naruto used the flying thunder jutsu to teleport back to the Uzumaki clan compound, however Naruto didn't plan for his attention to leave a mark on Hinata. After Naruto had saved Hinata from the Kumo ninja, and thankfully for Naruto, Hinata had kept to her word and hasn't told anyone that it was him who saved her, just some mysterious stranger, which made Konoha wonder who was it and why haven't they come forward, as the Hyuga clan would be grateful to them for preventing their precious bloodline from being stolen from their clan, and of course Kumagakure was angrily that one of their shinobi was killed and they denied all accusations of the kidnapping, as well as demanded compensation for their shinobi's death, but Konoha told them that the person who killed their shinobi was not even be a leaf shinobi, and because they haven't come forward for the reward that the Hyuga clan was offering, they didn't know who it was, and so Kumo had no choice but to accept they weren't going to get anything for their shinobi's death. However, the peace treaty was cancelled, but thankfully there was no declaration of war was made between the two villages. That's right, Niji's father Hisashi Hyuga didn't die because of the Hyuga incident, but Niji will still hate the main Hyuga family for the way they treat him, his father and the other members of the branch Hyuga clan. Naruto at the age of 7. Naruto was training in Taijutsu, but at a level that no 7-year-old should be training at whiles. He had his shadow clones research about Taijutsu training methods and techniques for him, and during their research, they discover about a legendary Taijutsu master who fought in the Third Great Ninja War with his student, and that master's name was Chen, so Naruto visit the master's graveyard to pay his respect, and when he heard his stomach rumbling, so he took out a black box from the backpack he had on and opened it, showing a set of 6 onigiri. Inside 2 had pork meat with garlic and honey, the other 2 had ninja shider, and the last 2 had shio kombu cheese that he made for lunch, and as he was about to eat one he heard someone behind. "It's Megumi Tadakoro from Shakugeki no Soma, 3 kinds of onigiri dishes. Hey kid, do you have another one of those?" said a voice. As Naruto turned, saw a short man sitting on the tombstone of the legendary Taijutsu master. He wore a yellow jumpsuit with black stripes and open-toed sandal. He had grey dreadlocks held up with a green sweatband and red square-framed sunglasses. He was missing an upper right tooth and sported a Manchu mustache and trimmed chin beard. "How did he get there without me noticing?" thought Naruto. "You shouldn't be sitting on someone's tombstone, it's disrespectful," said Naruto. "Oh, I'm sure he doesn't mind, so do you have another one of those?" said the old man. "Should here you go," Naruto said, being his black box in front of the old man. He then took one of Naruto's onigiri, and as the old man took a bite out of Naruto's onigiri, his eyes widened in surprise as he found it to be excitedly delicious. "Damn, that's good," the old man thought. "Hey, shouldn't you be in school or at the Shinobi Academy right now?" said the old man. "Oh, I'm sure they don't mind me skipping a lesson or two," Naruto said in a calm tone. "Ahaha, you sure must be confident if you think you can skip lessons so calmly," said the old man. "Sure, you could say that, but that doesn't mean I don't stop training though," said Naruto. "That's good, you don't want to be your own downfall," said the old man. "Wise words," said Naruto. "Why, thank you, so why exactly are you here, kid?" the old man said. "Simply I'm paying my respects to the legendary Taijutsu master Chen," said Naruto. "Not many kids know about him," said the old man. "Well, whilst training my body I also did some research and found out about him," said Naruto. "Oh, thinking that if he was alive right now you would ask him to train you," said the old man. "No," Naruto simply said. "But why not?" the old man asked curiously. "From what I found out, he had a unique student who couldn't perform either ninjutsu or jinjutsu, but that didn't stop him from becoming a shinobi. He only performed taijutsu, however the student died on the battlefield, and so if Master Chen was still alive, I think won't take on another student," said Naruto. "Oh, I see," the old man said, sounding a bit upset. "And besides, if he was alive I would only ask for his advice," said Naruto. "His advice?" said the old man. "See, I'm trying to combine 2 different taijutsu fighting styles together, and I would have asked Master Chen how exactly would I be able to do it," said Naruto. "I see, yeah, he would a great help with that," said the old man. "So Master Chen, how exactly are you still alive?" Naruto asked, curiously surprised the old man who was actually the legendary taijutsu master Chen. Wait, how did you know it was me? The now revealed Master Chen asked. Simply there was pictures of you in the books and you have barely changed your appearance at all over the years, said Naruto. Haha, you're really smart for someone so young, kid, said Master Chen. Why thank you, said Naruto. Well, I didn't die, I faked my death and gave up being a shinobi, said Chen. Because of your student who died, said Naruto. That's right, it was my fault for his death and because of it I decided that one who cannot use ninjutsu cannot truly be a shinobi and they shouldn't even attempt such a lifestyle, said Master Chen. He's riddled with great sorrow and regret from his inability to save his student, thought Naruto. Naruto then went on his hands and knees and bow at the legendary Taijutsu master. Master Chen, I ask you for your advice, said Naruto. My advice, that's all, said Master Chen. That's all I want, said Naruto. And how about this, whenever you need it I'll give it, but exchange you'll bring me more of those delicious rice balls, said Master Chen. Deal, said Naruto. 1 year, 8-year-old Naruto. It had been 1 year since Naruto started getting help with his taijutsu from Master Chen, and recently he has noticed that the Anbu Black Ops have been spending a lot of time observing the Uchiha clan, and on a certain day and time, almost the entire Uchiha clan compound was deserted, so one day Naruto desired to see where exactly does the Uchiha clan go, and so Naruto followed them to the Naka shrine. However, on one night Naruto was walking home from having dinner at Ichiraku, and so he decided to walk home, instead using the Flying Thunder Jutsu to teleport back to the Uzumaki clan compound, knowing that if anyone tries anything against him, he can use the Flying Thunder Jutsu to teleport away, but as he walked past the Uchiha clan compound, he noticed it far too dark and quiet, so he used his sensing ability and to his surprise he found only 2 people. So as Naruto entered the Uchiha clan compound and walked towards the 2 people, he can sense whiles also trying to find anyone else, but as walk around a corner, he saw why there were dead bodies laying on the ground everywhere, and then he heard a loud scream nearby, so Naruto ran towards it, which was where the only 2 chakra signature while also at and he arrived, he saw the Uchiha clan heir Itachi Uchiha standing over his younger brother Sasuke Uchiha who was on the floor but from Naruto can tell still alive. Naruto, what are you doing here? Itachi asked surprise. I was nearby when I hear screaming so I came here to see what was happening and to my surprise, I find you covered in blood and putting your own younger brother under a Jinjutsu, said Naruto. I don't have time to deal with him, the Hokage and the Anbu Black Ops will be soon, I better just put him under a Jinjutsu just like Sasuke, thought Itachi. As Itachi activated his Sharingan he tried to put Naruto under a Jinjutsu, however, to his surprise Naruto wasn't affected by it. Why isn't it working? Itachi thought. Jinjutsu won't work on me, Naruto said, shocking Itachi. Why not? Itachi asked curiously. I'll tell you later, but can you answer me one question, said Naruto. What is it? Itachi asked. Where is everyone else, as there is only the 3 of us here in the entire Uchiha clan compound? That's simply Naruto, I have killed everyone else, Itachi said, surprised Naruto. And why would you do that? Naruto asked curiously. Because I want to test the limits of my abilities, said Itachi. Bullshit, you ain't the kind of guy who would do something like that. No, there's another reason, said Naruto. He's very smart for his age, thought Itachi. If I can't use Jinjutsu to knock you out, then I'll use force, Itachi said before disappearing and then reappearing behind Naruto and placing him in a chokehold. However, as he did, Naruto used the Flying Thunder Jutsu to teleport both of them to one of Naruto's teleport points that was outside the village. What the? Itachi said, surprise, and though his surprise he let go of Naruto. There, now we can talk without any worry from the Anbu Black Ops or the Hokage arriving, said Naruto. What did you do? Itachi asked curiously. We all have secrets, Itachi said. Naruto. You're right, Naruto, I kill my clan for another reason, however I won't tell you as you just we all have secrets, said Itachi. Fair enough, said Naruto. Before I go, Naruto, there is one more I would like to ask you, said Itachi. What is it? Said Naruto. What would you do if you were given a great power? Itachi asked curiously. I'll use it only to protect myself and those who are close to me, said Naruto. Good answer, Naruto. Uzumaki, you seem like a responsible person, so I'll leave something in your hands to keep safe, said Itachi. Like what? Naruto asked curiously. This, Itachi asked, handed over a small jar filled with a green liquid and an eye in it, but not just any eye, a Sharingan eye. The Sharingan eye, said Naruto. That eye belonged to a close friend of mine, and I entrust it to you, so use it well, Itachi said before turning around. The word of advice, Naruto, don't trust Danzo Shimura, Itachi said before leaving Naruto. I know that the Uchiha massacre happened when Sasuke was 7, but again in this story it happened when he was 8. A couple weeks after the Uchiha massacre at the hands of Itachi Uchiha, with the only survivor was his younger brother Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto being given Shisui Uchiha left eye, and so Naruto under his Menma identity had traveled and found a skilled medical ninja who didn't belong to any village and will heal or perhaps any service at a price, and Naruto was paid him to implant Shisui's left eye into him. So Naruto was currently sitting in a chair with his white kitsune mask off, but instead he had a dark blue mask that covered the lower half of his face. It's Kakashi's mask. There, it's a done. It may feel strange at first, but you'll get used to it, said the doctor. Thank you, said Naruto. Here you can see for yourself, the doctor said as he hung out a hand mirror over to Naruto. As Naruto looked at the mirror and looked at his reflection with him now having two different eye colors, one was a dark purple with slanted, slit pupil wiles, the other was red with one black dot and 3 tomo. But this eye I'll finally be able to use Shinjutsu, thought Naruto. What do you want me to do with your original eye, the doctor asked curiously. Can you store in a jar like this one was in, said Naruto. Sure thing, said the doctor. Should anyone rips out this eye from me, I'll at least have my original eye just in case, thought Naruto. As Naruto continued look at his new eye, he could feel that there was more like he could push his eye belong what it currently was, so he changed more chakra into it and his Sharingan eye formed a 4-point pinwheel. But the Naruto thought surprise. The Manjikyu Sharingan, said Kurama. What's is it, Naruto asked curiously. It's an advanced form of the Sharingan that has only been activated by a handful of Uchiha, said Kurama. 5 years later, it has been 5 years since the Uchiha massacre at the hands of Itachi Uchiha, with the only survivor was his own younger brother Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto receiving Shisui Uchiha left eye from Itachi before he left, and Naruto then getting it implanted into him, so over the Naruto has also been training on how to use it, and to keep it hidden Naruto placed 2 seals over his left, one was similar to his disguise seal that made it look like his original eye and the other seal to be able to deactivate it, as all Sharingan eye implants are unable to deactivate, so with this seal it forces a deactivation and reactivated. All Naruto has to do was send a bit of chakra to the seal which will deactivate it, and the eye will activate the Sharingan. This seal was created by Minato for Kakashi, but he died before he could give it to him. Naruto at the age 12 was currently outside the village by a beautiful lake that he found some time ago during his training, and he was sitting on a rock doing one of his most favorite hobbies, fishing, as he enjoyed the peace and quiet from it, and so far he managed to catch a couple fish, and as he was about to call it a dad and go back home to cook the fish, however he stopped what he was doing because he had the feeling that he was being watched by someone, and he knew that it wasn't one of the Anbu Black Ops shinobi, as all of them thinking are watching he at the academy getting ready, as this was his and everyone who was in his class last year at the academy, as the Genin exams was fast approaching. Who's there, Naruto said, throwing a kunai at the tree where he was feeling being watched. However, he still had the feeling that he was being watched. Oh, good senses, you have to be able to sense me, Naya said a voice, and found the sound. It was a girl. The girl, Naruto thought. Just then a girl who was the same age as Naruto walked out from behind the trees, and she was very cute, which made Naruto blush a bit. She had short black hair with split bangs and hazel gold eyes with cat-like pupils. She wore black kimono, a yellow obi whilst being footless. It's a young Kuroka from high school DxD, and she isn't an eco-mate in this story, so she doesn't have cat ears and tail, but she does or will possess her abilities from DxD when she's older, and then she will look like what does in DxD when she's older. Who are you, Naruto asked curiously. The name's Kuroka Taoju, and Unaya said Kuroka. Yes, I'm giving Kuroka Kaneko's last name to be her clan's name. Naruto Uzumaki, and what do you want, said Naruto. Well, I was minding my own business wandering around until sensed a powerful chakra coming from over here, so I desired to investigate, and what do I find is Unaya, Kuroka said pointing at Naruto. She must possess a strong sensory ability if she's able to find me whilst even the Anbu Black Ops can't, thought Naruto. Did be careful around her, I can tell that she's dangerous, one the Kyuubi said in Naruto's head. Yeah, I can feel it too, there's something about her, Naruto thought. Kuroka then disappeared and reappeared right in front of Naruto, surprising him, and she was looking at him with a curious look in her cat-like eyes. So how exactly do you possess this level of powerful chakra like that, Naya, Kuroka asked curiously. I was born with it, Naruto answered, telling the half-truth. Oh really, well, from what I can sense coming from you, there's something within you both powerful and dangerous, but that's not to say that the rest of you isn't, Naya said Kuroka. She can even sense you as well, Naruto thought whilst also being impressive by how strong Kuroka's sensing ability was. Yeah, I was right, she's a dangerous one, said the Kyuubi within Naruto's head. So what exactly is it within you, Naya, Kuroka asked curiously. Trust me, you don't want to know, Naruto said, jumping back a bit from the newcomer. Oh really, that just makes me even more curious, Naya, Kuroka said, taking a couple steps. Naruto. Well, you know, curiosity killed the cat, said Naruto. Funny considering that my clan has a strong connection with cats, Naya said Kuroka, revealing a little about herself. Like the Inyazuka clan with their ninkin, Naruto thought, thinking about the annoying guy who had a puppy with him in Naruto's class back at the academy. The way you're acting is making me even more curious about what exactly is within you, so if you ain't going to tell willingly, I will find out another way, Kuroka said in serious tone. Trust me, you don't want pick a fight with me, Naruto said also in a serious tone. Oh, who said anything about fighting, Naya, Kuroka said, confusing Naruto. Then what do you mean, Naruto asked curiously. This, Kuroka whispered before she disappeared and then reappeared right in front of Naruto and grabbed his shirt, and Kuroka did something that took Naruto by surprise. Kuroka kissed Naruto on the lips, and this wasn't your ordinary everyday kiss on the cheek or a quick and simple kiss on the lips. This was an open your mouth so our tongues can play kind of a kiss. Naruto of course had been so shocked by what had happened that he didn't know what to do, and by the time he realized what was going on, his brain went on shutdown mode because of Kuroka's kiss. Eventually Kuroka released Naruto from her lip lock, although still held onto his. "So that's what inside of you, Naya," said Kuroka. "You found out just by a kiss," said Naruto. "I was able to sense its power more clearly that way," Naya said Kuroka. "I see, I'm guessing by connecting your chakra with my lip touch," said Naruto. "Yeah, exactly, however that's not all I discover," Naya said Kuroka. "Oh, what else?" Naruto asked, but he already knew the answer. "You possess many bloodlines. I never heard of anyone having that many, Naya." "Well, I'm unique," said Naruto. "Why, you are Naruto Uzumaki," Naya Kuroka said, letting go of Naruto and started to walk away from him. "So unique that I may actually visit Konoha to see you again," Naya said Kuroka. "And why exactly would you want to visit it, me?" said Naruto. "I'm a member of a clan and like many other clans we seek to gain more power though obtaining jutsus or bloodlines and you're a goldmine of bloodlines, so I most likely visit Konoha to see you again to obtain them," Naya said Kuroka. "Wait, when you say obtain you mean?" Naruto didn't finish his sentence as he blushed greatly. "Yeah, that's right, me bearing your children, so that my clan will possess all of your bloodlines, and my own family would be greatly respected within the clan for obtain that many bloodlines," Naya said Kuroka. "Well, see you soon, Naruto-kun," Naya Kuroka said before she vanished. "Well, that just happened," Naruto said to himself. Naruto's hair was in a shaggy style similar to Minato's hair, but his bright blonde hair that he got from Minato had turned into a more lighter blonde. His dark purple eyes had become slanted with slit-pupiled, which caused many villagers and shinobis to wonder, had the Kyuubi taken over him? But the reason for it was because of the deal that Naruto made with the Kyuubi caused them to become like that. He was now 5'4" tall, one of the talls in his class at the academy, because of all his training, and now having a good food supply his body is relatively muscular, possessing an array of well-developed abdominal muscle. Naruto's body is like Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins. He wore a simple dark red long-sleeved shirt that had a V-neck and a black jacket. To honor his clan he had a dog tag around his neck and that the symbol for the Uzumaki clan on it. He wore a cream color pants, black boots, black fingerless gloves. He wears a pair of brown leather belts with a black bladed katana and a white sheath and a brown shuriken holster, and he also has a couple of seals on his body, besides the one that keeps the Kyuubi within him, which he kept hidden to avoid anyone getting suspicious. One was designed to stop the Hyuga clan bloodline, the Byakugan, being able to see their chakra network, so they can't close them. It was similar to the seal that stop anyone with a Byakugan to see inside the Uzumaki clan compound, and other was designed to stop the Uchiha clan's bloodline, the Sharingan being able to copying any of their jutsus or techniques. Naruto found the blueprints for both seals in his parents' office, however they incomplete, but having both of his parents' knowledge Naruto was able to complete both seals by himself and apply them onto himself as well. When Naruto reached more about his bloodlines, he also found out that his chakra natures that were lightning, water and wind, so he trained and mastered quite a bit of ninjutsu for each of his three elements, and the bloodlines that he possessed were the weather manipulation bloodline, as well as the storm release of bloodline from Kumagakure, a village hidden in the clouds, the ice release of bloodline from Kurigakure, a village hidden in the water, and new weather-like bloodline which call thunder release. He still had the Uzumaki clan chakra chains that his mother had as well, but now with him, he was able to not just use them for sealing, but as well as combat also he was able to create others besides chains like weapons, and Naruto found out that his Uzumaki and Jinchuriki had evolved. Now he can heal for anything, no matter what it was, so Naruto gave his advanced healing ability a name which was body renewal. The Konohagakure Academy was located nearby the Hokage mansion and was where the children at the age of 5 to the age of 12 are taught and trained to become a shinobi for the village in order to protect it and its people at all costs. But before they could do that they had to pass the Genin exam to see if they are ready or not. The exam itself is made up in a couple of different parts. First a writing test to see what they know, then a throwing test with both kunai and shuriken, a spar match against their instructors, then they must perform 3 techniques that all academy students are taught in their 7 years of attending. First was the body replacement technique, next would be the simple clone technique, and then they must escape from a low-level genjutsu that one of the instructors would perform on them, and lastly for extra credit, and if they are able to they can perform any kind of jutsu that they may know of as well, which mostly children from clans or children whose parents are shinobi but ain't from clans. But for Naruto, every time he had attended the academy or the memories that he would received from his shadow clones, he hated it completely, because if it wasn't the instructors trying to make him fail on everything or try to stop him from learn anything, which Naruto already knew about, was his classmates or any other students of the academy, because they all knew that they could bully him without getting in any kind of trouble with the instructors, and most of their parents even encouraged them to do it, but then every single one of them all stop entirely because of a certain incident that happened between Naruto, an enhanced shadow clone jutsu, and 4 other students in his class 2 years ago. It all happened during the break time the class and Naruto was just sitting down in his normal spot, which was at the far back of the classroom and next to a window, and was reading a book about clans from other villagers that had special and unique techniques that uses his three elements water, lightning and wind but was interrupted when one of the bullies snatched his book away from him and began to mock him by saying things like what's wrong you're going to cry, and second boy said nobody in the entire village cares about you and don't mind if we do anything we want to you. But when the third boy said why don't you go crying back to your dead mother, that was when Naruto finally snapped at them and in that instant him attack all of them brutally which ended with Naruto got his book back and left the classroom whilst three of the bullies got hurt so badly that they couldn't be shinobi at all in the future and the one bully who didn't say anything was lucky enough that he still could become a shinobi, but Naruto did broke his right arm which stopped him from training for a couple of months. Of course after the parents of the bullies all accused that it was all Naruto's fault and that he just attacked their innocent children for no good reason expected for him being a demon after all, and then they demanded that Naruto should be kicked out of the academy and threw into prison for what he'd done to their innocent children, but Hiruzen revealed to them that there was an Anbu Black Ops member keeping watch of the classroom the whole time, but he didn't tell them the real reason on why they were, which were to keep watch over Naruto, so instead Hiruzen made up a lie by saying that the Anbu Black Ops member were there to keep guard over the future clan heads which they all bought completely, and when the Anbu told Hiruzen the truth about the incident between Naruto and the other boys. Hiruzen however did punish Naruto for what he did to the other boys, because Hiruzen knew that Naruto chose to ruin three of the four boys' shinobi career forever, instead of knocking them out like he did to the other boy, so Hiruzen had expelled Naruto from the academy for only 4 months, however that just pleased Naruto, as it meant that he didn't need to create a shadow clone to go to the academy for him and receive the clone's memories of the annoying people at the academy. So as real Naruto entered his normal classwork and went to his usual spot as well as ignore the stares that he got from the other students, he just sat down and closed his eyes and had a nap until the instructors arrive and so he can finally being the Genin exam and be done with the academy once for good. Sasuke's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Sasuke Uchiha was loved by almost everybody in the entire village and he felt that he deserves all of it because he was from the knightly and powerful Uchiha clan however, one of the reasons why pretty much every civilians in Konoha worship him so much was because he was the last of the Uchiha clan in Konoha, all because 4 years ago when Sasuke was 8 years old, his older brother Itachi Uchiha murdered every single other Uchiha member including their own parents and on that very night Sasuke vowed that he would get stronger so he could get revenge on Itachi for what he had done to their clan and then he would rebuild the Uchiha clan, stronger than ever before. However there was one person who didn't give him everything of what he deserves, and that was Naruto Uzumaki at first back when they all originally joined the academy 7 years ago. Sasuke didn't care about who Naruto even was, or even how strong he was because back then Sasuke still had his loving parents and a caring older brother, but over time, Sasuke did notice two things about Naruto and that was his personality, his uncaring towards anyone or anything at all just like his older brother does, and that when Naruto is asked to do something he will barely even try, and he would always succeed completely without any failures at all, and after the massacre, the similarities between Naruto and Itachi only angered Sasuke greatly. So then Sasuke thought that he would demand that Naruto will give him all of his secrets so that he could become stronger, but something happened that never happened before, and that was Naruto refused him, so Sasuke thought that he would force Naruto in giving him all of his secret because who can stand up to Uchiha elite after all, but he lose instantly and every single other time since then when he thought it was a good idea to attack Naruto, but his anger and jealousy towards Naruto only grew because 2 years ago when a group of bullies desired that they were going to start on Naruto, but instead they all got beating up badly, and as Sasuke watched it happen, he only thought of one thing, and that was to find out the secret of Naruto's power. Sakura's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Sakura Haruno was an average normal girl who was from a civilian family who had never had anyone from their family who because a shinobi, so if Sakura managed to pass the Genin exam, she would be the first. The two main reason why she joined the academy in the first place was because of her best and closest friend and the person who saved her from a group of people who were bullying her, only because of her large forehead was Ino Yamanaka. However, over the years they had a massive falling which ended their friendship, and then they became rivals for the attention from certain one boy that they both liked, who was Sasuke Uchiha. The second release on why Sakura joined the academy, it was so that she could be close to Sasuke and hopefully become in the future his wife. When she first started the academy, both of her parents told her to stay away from another certain boy called Naruto Uzumaki. Sakura didn't know why her parents wanted her to stay away from him, but she assumed that they must have a good reason on why, so she did, but after seeing almost all the other children were doing to Naruto, it got her into being mean to Naruto as well, because if he's a bad person from what her had heard he deserves it, right? But she and every single students who pick on Naruto all stop entirely after seeing what he did to the group of boys, and it scared them all greatly because that could be them, and it was also how Naruto managed to beat all of them so easily and as well destroy 3 of them chance of becoming a shinobi for the village, and it showed that if they are not careful he could and is willing to do the same thing to them as well, so they all left him be since then. Shikamaru's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Shikamaru of the Nara clan, just like any other member of his clan, he had a high intelligence and a lazy attitude towards anything, which most people oversee his high intelligence because of it. His best friend was Choji Akimichi. They met when they were young children because of their fathers who were good friends as well and were also teammates. Shikamaru and Choji would hang out every day, and when bullies would start on Choji because of his weight, Shikamaru would stand up for him because he is his best friend. Shikamaru knew that he had a good judge of character, so when joined the academy and was attending the class with Choji for the first time, that was when he saw at the far back Naruto Uzumaki, the person that he heard was very bad and that he should stay away from, but over the years Shikamaru saw that Naruto hadn't done anything wrong at all, and yet the teachers treated him terribly and even encouraged other students to do as well. However, there was one thing that Shikamaru was extremely jealous about Naruto, and that was when the teachers are teaching them something they would just ignore Naruto completely and Naruto would just sleep though the lesson. However, 2 years ago, as Shikamaru saw how Naruto was able to beat up for the 4 bullies so easily and as well as destroying 3 of their chance of becoming a shinobi in the future, despite how the teacher had never taught him anything, and that was when Shikamaru realized why Naruto didn't try to learn anything in their lessons, instead just slept through all of them, or why he always looks bored. Like nothing interested him. It was because he didn't need to be in the academy. He was already to become a genin, and it was just wasting his time attending the academy, and so Shikamaru desired that he try to avoid any care of conflict between him and Naruto in the future. Choji's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Choji of the Akimichi clan has a very kind heart, and because of it, he never wants to harm anyone if giving the chance or bully anyone ever, but he was bullied by a group of bullies because of his large bones. However, his best friend Shikamaru Nara stood up for him and stopped the bullies for picking on Choji for good. Choji's father Chose Akimichi, who is the 15th head of the Akimichi clan, wanted to make Choji less kind-hearted, but only for Choji's safety, because it can get him killed by his enemies on the battlefield. When Choji and Shikamaru first started the academy 7 years ago, Choji saw how Naruto was bullied so badly and he wanted to help him because he knew what Naruto was going through, but Choji was too scared to do anything because he didn't want the bullies to turn on him again for helping Naruto, so he left them alone, but regretted it every time he saw it happen. However, 2 years ago something changes when the group of bullies started on Naruto again. Choji had enough and desired that today was the day that he was going to stand up to the group of bullies for Naruto, just like Shikamaru did for him all those years ago. But as Choji turned around to help Naruto, he saw it how Naruto brutally beat all the bullies with little effort, like they were nothing to him. And Choji realized that Naruto chose to put up with the all harassment from the bullies all these years, and that was when Choji decided that he will try to become Naruto's friend to make up all the years that he chose to do nothing. Ino's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Ino of the Yamanaka clan was well known in her class for being a huge gossip, but it wasn't her fault because it runs in her family, because her father Inochi Yamanaka, who is an elite member of Konohagakure Intelligence Division for his mastery over their clan's special technique, which allow them to enter someone else's mind and obtain intel from them, so wanting to know everything about people was in her blood. When Ino first started the academy, she heard about a certain boy called Naruto Uzumaki and that he was a very bad person that she should avoid completely, so she did, but he was in her class, so she just ignore him and focus on what was important to her, and that was her crush Sasuke Uchiha. Because of her crush for Sasuke, she lose her longtime best friend Sakura Haruno because she had a crush on him as well, and so they became rivals for Sasuke affection. 2 years ago when Naruto brutally beat up a group of bullies easily, Ino realized something. All the gossip that she had gathered over the years said nothing about Naruto being that strong, and all what she really knew about him was that he was an orphan. He was bullied by almost everyone in the academy. Sure, he always succeed in any task that was given to him, but being able to defeat 4 people alone, that was something else, and also he never looked interest in anything. But yet somehow she never heard about him being that strong, and then she desired to find out more about the mystery of Naruto Uzumaki. Shino's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Shino of the Aburam clan is very quiet boy and also at times off-putting to some people, and just like every member of the Aburam clan, he was infused with a special breed of insects called Kakechu that use his body as a need and feed on his chakra, living in a form of symbiosis. In return they attack and do other tasks as he commands, forming his main fighting style. As Shino started the academy 7 years ago, he felt something wrong with Kakechu, like they were scared of something, and as he looked around to find what was causing it, and then he found out it was coming from another student whose name was Naruto Uzumaki, and so Shino desired that he would keep watch to see why his Kakechu were acting up. Over the years Shino had seen how badly Naruto treated from other students and even the teachers as well, but Naruto would just ignore them as always. But 2 years ago something unexpected happened when a group of bullies started on Naruto, but unlike all the other times Naruto fought them and ruined 3 of their chance to become a shinobi in the future, and after that just got Shino even more curious about Naruto Uzumaki and what was special. Kiba's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Kiba of the Inyazuka clan, a clan that is well known for their use of ninkin as fighting companions, and they are also well known for their wild and alone personality, also for their alpha complex, meaning they believe who is the strongest should get whatever they want because they are the alpha. Kiba adopted the alpha ideal completely, and so he trailed hard alongside with his ninkin call Akamaru, so when he started the academy, he wanted to show everyone that is alpha male, and they should all respect him, but instead, most of them pay more attention to Sasuke Uchiha, so Kiba desired that he would prove that he was the true alpha male in the class, not Sasuke. However, Kiba knew that Sasuke is that he's strong and there might be a chance that he could lose to him, and he might get in trouble for starting a fight. So Kiba picked someone else, and that was none other than Naruto Uzumaki, the boy that Kiba knew that he wouldn't get in trouble for fighting, and so Kiba and his friends began starting on Naruto. However, 2 years ago when he and his friends went to Naruto to start their daily mocking, but something within Kiba started to feel sorry for Naruto because of how much bullying he takes in a daily basis, and when one of his friends mocked his dead mother, Kiba knew that they had gone too far and he was about to put his foot down, but that was too late because Naruto had finally snapped and fought back. Brutally, Kiba then was about to stop Naruto. However, just as he tried, Naruto grabbed his right arm and he broke it, then knocked him out, and when Kiba woke up, he found himself in the hospital with his mother Tsume, his sister Hana and Akamaru, and from that day, Kiba stayed clear away from Naruto. Hinata's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Hinata Hyuga was looked down upon from the Hyuga clan because of her lack of self-conscious and strength, however it never stopped her from trying to get stronger, so she closer to her hero, the one who saved her from the Kumo ninja, and throughout the years since that night, she had keto her word and told no that him who saved her. When Hinata first started the academy, she extremely nervous and worried because she thought that the other children may treat her differently, so Hinata get kept quiet, but as she saw, however, her worries went away when she saw Naruto, but as she saw the way that he was being treated, she wanted to do something. However, as she saw that it didn't bother him at all, she kept quiet until he decided to do something about it, and she also admired him even more for being able to put up with it. When she saw him beat up 4 boy who had bullied him over the years in the academy, she wasn't surprised as she saw him defeat a jonin at a young age, and she believed the 4 bullies deserved everything what Naruto did to them. Iruka's POV. Wearing the same outfit from the canon. Iruka Yamino was a proud chunin of the Hidden Leaf Village before he became a happy teacher at the Konoha Academy. Back when Iruka was still an active shinobi, he would always get hurt during a mission, so here is in decided that it would be best for Iruka if he becomes a teacher at Konoha's Academy because of his kind personality and his well knowledge of facts. He would make a great teacher for the academy. The day that Iruka started his new job at the academy as instructor, he found out 3 things. The first was that his former teammate and longtime friend Mizuki had also started working at the academy as instructor as well, and the second thing was that Mizuki would be working alongside him in his class, which was great, but the third thing was Iruka found out about a certain student he would be teaching called Naruto Uzumaki, the host of the 9-tailed fox, the Kyuubi, the every same monster that murdered his parents 12 years ago, and like most of the people in Konoha, Iruka hated Naruto for being the host of the 9-tailed fox, and so he allowed the other students to do whatever they liked to him, be it bullying or just ignore him. However, 2 years ago as Iruka and Mizuki left the classroom to get a drink of coffee, they both heard a lone scream coming from their classroom, so as ran towards it, the screaming had stopped, and when they opened the door, they saw 4 boys at the far back of the classroom and were all knocked out, and Naruto walked out from the other door. Iruka found out it was indeed Naruto who knocked out all the boys by himself, and he wanted Naruto expelled from the academy, but the Hokage revealed 2 things. First was that it was the 4 boys who started the fight, and there was a Anbu Black Ops member who had watched the entire event and has been watching the class since it began. Then the Hokage began to tell Iruka how disappointed he was at him because the Hokage knew that Iruka and all the other teachers allow and even encourage the other students to bully Naruto, and then the Hokage threatened Iruka that if he or any other teacher does that again they would be fired and will not be allowed to become an active shinobi again, and so Iruka left Naruto alone just like everyone else. The normal POV. As the 2 instructors finally entered the room and all the students stopped talking immediately and waited for the instructors to begin their genin exam so they can finally become shinobi of the Hidden Leaf Village. Alright everyone, today is the day you all have been watching for to see if you are ready to become a shinobi for our great village, said Iruka, which caused most of the students to smile, thinking they were going to pass easily. Okay, let's begin the exams. First is the writing test. I will hand out the exam papers, and once everyone has one you can begin, said Mizuki. Just like what Mizuki said, he handed each student an exam paper and he gave Naruto his last. "Okay, you all can begin," said Iruka, which they all did. As Naruto was doing the exam, he felt something annoying, and he knew what exactly it was. Someone was trying to cast a genjutsu over him, maybe in hopes to make him fail, but is unaware that he was immune to all types of genjutsu. However, whenever someone tries to use genjutsu on him, Naruto would always get an annoying feeling in his head, which basically helps him by alerting him that there's someone trying to use genjutsu on him. So the only question who was trying to fool him. So Naruto used his sensing ability to find whoever it is, and after a bit he found out who it was, one of his instructor Mizuki, which didn't surprise him at all, because he knew Mizuki hated him greatly for being a Jinchuriki like most of the village, and also Mizuki took part in most the mod attack on him. However, he wasn't there when Naruto awoke in him bloodlines, most likely being on a mission. So as Naruto ignored the annoying feeling in his head and just continued the exam, he did wonder what was Mizuki up to, because he could get failed by Hokage if the Anbu Black Ops member that is supposed to be keeping watch over Naruto's classroom spot him doing it, and that just made Naruto curious. Why would Mizuki risk his job and shinobi career like that so he can annoying to Naruto like always? Naruto had finished the exam first and just kept quiet to wait for everyone else, so after a bit when everyone else had finally finished they all handed in their exam paper to Mizuki. Then Iruka told everyone to follow him to do the next part of the Genin exam, which they did. However, just before Naruto left the classroom, he saw Mizuki looking at his exam paper, and Naruto could tell Mizuki had two things on his mind: anger because his genjutsu to make Naruto fail didn't work at all, and the other was wonder why didn't his genjutsu failed. Naruto then caught up with everyone else outside at the place where they were taught to use kunai and shuriken, probably, except for Naruto. However, he already knew how to. And Naruto could already tell that today is going to very slow and annoying. Last time, Naruto had finished the exam first and just kept quiet to wait for everyone else, so after a bit when everyone else had finally finished they all handed in their exam paper to Mizuki. Then Iruka told everyone to follow him to do the next part of the Genin exam, which they did. However, just before Naruto left the classroom, he saw Mizuki looking at his exam paper, and Naruto could tell Mizuki had two things on his mind: anger because his genjutsu to make Naruto fail didn't work at all, and the other was wonder why didn't his genjutsu failed. Naruto then caught up with everyone else outside at the place where they were taught to use kunai and shuriken, probably, except for Naruto. However, he already knew how to. And Naruto could already tell that today is going to very slow and annoying. Current time. Alright everyone, this part of the test is to see your skill with kunai and shuriken, said Iruka whilst he held both weapons in his hands. Iruka then walked towards a table and put the kunai and shuriken onto it, and then he picked a piece of paper with all of his students' names on it and a pen. When I call your name out you will come here and use these kunai and shuriken and begin your turn of the test, said Iruka. Once Iruka began to call out each student's name and each of them took their turn at the test. The ones that had only civilian parents managed to get some of their kunai and shuriken to hit the targets, whilst the children with shinobi parents but weren't part of a clan managed to do better because they got training outside of the academy, and as for the children who came from clans, they got even better score whilst having only a few of their kunai and shuriken miss. Okay, next Sasuke-Uchiha, please come here and put open the kunai and shuriken, said Iruka, and whilst all of Sasuke's fangirls scream happily the moment Iruka said Sasuke's name. Once Sasuke picked up the kunai and shuriken he began the test first to use the kunai and managed to get all of them to hit their targets and even able hit the center 5 times. Next he picked the shuriken and just like before he managed to hit all the targets as well as the center a couple times. Once Sasuke finished, all of his fangirls let out a lone scream and then began to praise him for his coolest, whilst all the boys just look at him with awe for his skill and was jealous because of all of his many fangirls. And as Sasuke walked back to where he was earlier, as well as ignore all the stares from everyone, he then gave a look at Naruto, which basically saying try to beat that loser. Okay, now the last is Naruto Uzumaki, said Iruka whilst he held in his anger. As Naruto walked towards the table he ignored all the stares and whispers from all of the other students, and once he picked up the kunai and shuriken he first used the kunai just like Sasuke did, and like Sasuke Naruto managed to hit all of the targets and he even managed to hit the center 7 times, and as he picked up the shuriken and he also managed to hit each of the targets also as hit the center more times than Sasuke did. Iruka and all of the other students just stood still out of shock from Naruto's performance. Naruto, however, just ignored the looks that they were giving him and just went back to his stop next to the tree, but not before giving Sasuke, who was angry at the fact that Naruto bested his score with a bored look on his face that his brother always had on his face, and which basically told Sasuke how easily it was for Naruto. As Iruka got out of his shock he then told the class to follow him for the next part of the test. As they arrive at the Taijutsu training ground where Iruka told them that they were going to do the Taijutsu part of the exam, and then he began to tell that they will have to fight twice, and first they would have to fight another student. It was boys versus boys and girls versus girls, and after they have to fight against him or Mizuki. Naruto watched the fights between his classmates and he found them to be boring, especially the ones with a civilian child against another. They just acted like two normal children fighting, and as for the ones with child from a clan up against a civilian kid, they ended quickly with the person from a clan winning, of course. And finally it was Naruto's turn and he was up against a civilian boy called Ginga who looked overconfident, and as they entered the ring, the other boy told Naruto that he had been training because he wanting to fight him, because he was one of bullies that Naruto beating up cousin, and he wanted to get revenge on Naruto for what he did. As Iruka shouted begin, the other boy ran straight at Naruto, thinking that with all of his training that he'd done Naruto wouldn't be a challenge for him, and he wanted to make Naruto suffer soon as possible. But Naruto appeared on his right side and then with one punch to the face, which sent his opponent flying out of the ring. As Naruto just stood there looking at his now beaten opponent with a disappearing look on his face, and as Naruto was about to turn around and walk away back to where he was before, but not before saying pathetic to his opponent, and as for the class, almost all of them were shocked because they barely saw Naruto move from his spot. But there was Sasuke who was both shocked and angered by Naruto's performance because it just showed how outclassed he was to Naruto, and as for the instructors Iruka and Mizuki were shocked as well, didn't expect Naruto to be that fast and strong. However, for some unknown reason Mizuki was equally angered by Naruto's performance, as much as Sasuke was or even more so. Okay everyone, after I take Ginga to the nurse office we will begin the next part of the Taijutsu part of the exam, said Iruka as he picked up Ginga, and then he did a hand signs, and in a proof of smoke Iruka and Ginga was gone. A couple minutes later another proof of smoke appeared where Iruka was, and as the smoke cleared it revealed Iruka. Then he told the class that he is going to read out half of the list of names that he has, and when once he call out their name they walk behind him, meaning that they are going against him and remaining people who fight against Mizuki. Okay, now we need two lines, one the right side and the other on the left side, Iruka told the class, which they did. All the future clan heir and heiress as well as a couple of civilian children were in Iruka's group whilst Naruto and the other children were in Mizuki's group. Naruto was going to be last in his group, so he decided to watch the matches, only to see if Mizuki had any flaws that he could use against him when it was going to be his turn, which did have when he blocked someone's attack. He exposed his right knee that if someone kicks hard enough, it cause he to both fall and be in a lot of pain. Finally it was Naruto's turn, and as he walked onto the ring, he saw the face expression on Mizuki's face change from the nice and happy teacher to a guy who wants to kill someone, and that someone was none other than Naruto Uzumaki. From the look in Mizuki's eyes Naruto knew that Mizuki wasn't going to hold back against him, expert for using ninjutsu and jinjutsu, so Naruto decided that he wouldn't either, but the only problem was that Hiruzen and his men would see him far stronger than a normal genin and will demand questions about it. Ready Naruto, Mizuki asked in a nice tone of voice, but Naruto could see though it. Of course, Naruto said as he went into his fighting stance, which made everyone wonder where did he learn from, because it wasn't taught at the academy. Mizuki went first by running straight at Naruto at a Chunin level, Spen believing that he would just be a blur to Naruto. However, as he got to Naruto and Mizuki sent strong kick with left leg to Naruto's head, but instead of making contact between his foot and Naruto's head Mizuki just went through him, and then Naruto's image just faded away like a after image, which shocked Mizuki, but before he could even think about it Naruto had appeared behind him. Naruto sent a powerful kick at Mizuki's back right leg, causing a lot of pain to Mizuki and making him to fall to the ground. Mizuki then sent his right arm backwards, hoping to hit Naruto, but instead Naruto just grabbed it and used it to lift himself up, and then he did a swing kick to Mizuki's head, sending flying a bit to the other side of the ring. As Mizuki picked himself up of the ground he looked straight at Naruto with even more murder in his eyes than before, and he started to think how he had been beaten by someone who isn't even a genin yet, and also how to make Naruto suffer for what he just did to him. However, before Mizuki could do anything, Naruto appeared out of nowhere and punched Mizuki straight in the face, breaking his nose. There. Mizuki yelled out in pain as he held his broken nose. Naruto, this was just a friendly spar, why did you go overboard? Iruka asked angrily as he walked over to Naruto and Mizuki. It's not my fault, I expected better from someone who is a Chunin. Naruto lying, he knew that no one in his group who was watching his match against Mizuki would tell Iruka that it was in fact Mizuki who went overboard first. And I thought that we only have to land a hit on you, which I did, but Mizuki just keep coming, said Naruto. There was no need for you to break his nose, Iruka told Naruto in a serious tone. Of course you wouldn't accept that because it came from me, but if it happened to any other student you would care greatly, Naruto said. Now Naruto, you that isn't her, Iruka tried to explain. You're just like the rest of this village scum, Naruto said as he walked away, leaving a shocked Iruka and Mizuki. Later, back at the classroom, as everyone was sitting down at their desks, Iruka and Mizuki, who had bandages in his broken, walk in the classroom after going to the nurse's office for Mizuki. Okay everyone, this is the last part of the Genin exam. When your name call out you will walk to the room next door, and that is where you will perform the 3 standard jutsus. First you will break free from a low level jinjutsu. Second, you will do body replacement technique. Third, you will do the transformation technique and change into anyone you see fit, and fourth you will perform the clone jutsu. However, there is a 5th part, but you can choose not to do it, and it is that you can do any other jutsu that you know for extra credit in their exam, Iruka told the class. As Iruka began to call out a name, a student got up and left the room. A couple minutes later, they returned with a headband that Kano has leaf symbol on it, and another student and did the same. After a while some student came back with a headband whites, others didn't. When it was finally Naruto's turn, he did the same as all the other students. He got up and went next door, and as he entered the room, he saw the 3rd Hokage sitting down by a desk with 2 Jonin sitting next to him. "Well, hello Naruto, are you ready to take the Genin exam?" said Hiruzen. "Yes Lord Hokage," Naruto said as he to the middle of the room. "Okay Naruto, first let's do the breaking free from a jinjutsu part of the exam first." "Okay," Hiruzen said, receiving a nod from Naruto. "This is going to be fun," Naruto thought to himself. As the Jonin on Hiruzen's right side got up and walked a bit towards Naruto, the Jonin then looked back at Hiruzen, who gave him a nod, telling him to provide, which he did by doing the hand signs and casting his jinjutsu over, but to his surprise, it didn't have any effect at all. Why isn't my jinjutsu working on you? I know that you ain't even trying to break free from it, so why isn't it working?" Jonin asked Naruto, which surprising the other Jonin and Hiruzen. "Ninjutsu doesn't affect me at all," Naruto said, shocking all 3 men. "Why is that Naruto?" Hiruzen asked, curious. "I don't know why, it just doesn't work on me," Naruto said, lying. Well, in fact he did know why. Maybe it's him being the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki, perhaps, Hiruzen thought to himself. "Anyways, let's continue with the exam. Next you will perform the body replacement technique with the chair over there," Hiruzen said, pointing at a chair in the corner of the room. Naruto gave a nod and did the hand signs and performed the body replacement technique without any problems. "Perfectly performed, well done Naruto. Next, can you perform the transformation technique into anyone you want?" said Hiruzen. Naruto did the hand signs, and in a proof of smoke, instead of Naruto standing there, it was Tobirama Senju, who had white shaggy hair and red eyes with 3 red marks under each of eyes and 1 on his chin, and was wearing his blue armor. "He looks exactly like Tobirama Sensei did before he died," Hiruzen thought to himself. "Very good Naruto," Hiruzen said as Naruto turned back into himself. "Now the 4th part of the exam is that you have to do the clone jutsu," said Hiruzen. Naruto did the hand signs and performed the standard clone technique, creating 4 more Narutos who stood next to him, which surprised Hiruzen, as he thought Naruto would have a problem with this jutsu like Kushina, as there were the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki, meaning that they possessed a massive chakra amount. Now in the canon version, Naruto is unable to perform the standard clone technique because his chakra control wasn't good cause he had massive chakra amount. "Perfect job," said Hiruzen, and Naruto released the clone jutsu. "Now I have to say, from the report about your grades at the academy and your scores in the Genin exam, you have passed with flying colors. However, if you want you can do the 5th part of the exam and do any other jutsu that you may know," said Hiruzen. "I would like to do that Lord Hokage," Naruto said as he perked his jutsu. "I wonder what jutsu does he know?" Hiruzen thought to himself, eager to know. Naruto, also don't worry about any damage if you are going to use a destructive jutsu. As Naruto turned to face the wall behind him, he extended both of his arms and said lightning style. Thunderbolt, and suddenly in both of Naruto's palms was a large amount of electricity, and Naruto then fired it at the wall in multiple places. Hiruzen and the 2 Jonin just stared in shock from Naruto's jutsu, and as they look at the wall, they saw that it was in fact damage from Naruto's attack, which made them even more shocked because the seals on it should have prevented something like that, which only show how Naruto's mastery over the jutsu and his power. However, unknown to them, Naruto wasn't using his full strength. As Hiruzen stared at Naruto, his concern about Naruto grew even higher because the jutsu that Naruto had just used originally comes from the village hidden in the clouds Kumagakure, which made Hiruzen wonder how did Naruto that Judas. "Then Naruto, how and where did you learn that jutsu?" said Hiruzen. "Oh, research, I discover it at the library and I have mastered it as you have seen," said Naruto. "I see, well any case you perform it perfectly, so here is your headband showing that you are now a shinobi of the Hidden Leaf Village," Hiruzen said as he handed Naruto the headband, who wrapped it around his right arm. "Thank you Lord Hokage," Naruto said as he left the room and went back to the classroom. "I have to find out what Naruto is hiding for the safety of the village," Hiruzen thought. Later, back at the classroom, after the last couple of students did their final part of the Genin exam, Iruka got a piece of paper which was important from another teacher that was given to them by Hiruzen. "Okay class, tomorrow morning I want everyone who have passed the Genin exam to here for team assignment, but before I tell you that you can go, I announce who is the Rookie of the Year," Iruka said, which actually got everyone excited, wanting to know who it was. "The Rookie of the Year name is Naruto Uzumaki," Iruka told, which surprised a few and angered Sasuke and all of his fangirls. "What?" Sasuke and all of his fangirls shouted. But Iruka-sensei Sasuke-kun deserves to that title far more than Naruto does, Sakura said, which all the other fangirls nodded their heads in agreement. Sakura Naruto got the highest in both grades and in score of the Genin exam, so he does deserve the Rookie of the Year title, said Iruka, shocking everyone in the classroom, except for Naruto. He beat me in everything, how's that possible? I'm a Uchiha elite, nobody should be better than me, especially a clanless nobody like him, Sasuke thought to himself angrily. Congratulations Naruto, you have earned it, Iruka said before telling the class they can leave. At midnight in Konoha, almost every single Genin, Chunin and Jonin in Konoha was the Hokage mansion because someone had stolen the forbidden scroll of sealing, which contains many dangerous technique inside it. The Hokage had ordered his shinobi the scroll return and whoever have stolen be brought to him. Iruka was currently chasing someone though the Woods who he believed that they were the person who had stolen the scroll of sealing from the Hokage's mansion. When Iruka finally caught up with who it was, Iruka was belong shock. It had to be you, Iruka said Mizuki while standing on a tree branch. Mizuki, but why, Iruka said, trying to understand why would his childhood friend do something like this. Because I wanted more power and I have been promised it if I give them this scroll, Mizuki said with an insane grin on his face. Mizuki, please don't do this, think about our friendship, Iruka begged his friend. Friendship, we were never friends, I just use you. However, it wasn't until when the village denied me the position as an academy high instructor despite my performance in the test, and then you, Iruka, made the cut, only performed well with my assistance, and finally when Tsubaki chose you over me was when I started to truly hate you to the point where I wanted to kill you, said Mizuki. But Mizuki, if I was able to find you so quickly, so will the Anbu, and they will be executed for treason, Iruka begged. Haha, you don't think I planned for this to be able to escape from the Anbu, Mizuki said. Mizuki, who are you working for, Iruka asked, wondering who was the mastermind. As if I would tell you, Iruka said Mizuki, unaware that something appeared behind him and a quick golden flash. How about me then, sensei, the person behind Mizuki asked, which surprised Mizuki, and as he turned around to see who it was Naruto, who then punched him in the face, damaging his nose even more, and was strong enough to send Mizuki flying to the ground. Why's the demon brat here, Mizuki thought, angry. Naruto, what are you doing here? It's too dangerous for you, Iruka asked, wondering why Naruto was here. Doing one of my duties as a shinobi of the leaf, stopping this traitor from stealing the scroll of sealing, Naruto said. Naruto, I'm trying to convince Mizuki to return back to the village without the need of bloodshed, Iruka said, hoping to avoid any fighting. He's a traitor to the Hidden Leaf village, and so he will be punished accordingly, Naruto said in a serious tone. Haha, you think you can kill me, you demon brat? Why? Because you somehow managed to be the Rookie of the Year. Don't think that title makes you a great ninja, it takes power to be that, Mizuki said, sounding like a madman. For once I agree with you, sensei, Naruto said, shocking both Iruka and Mizuki. Didn't expect that kind answer, Mizuki thought to himself, but then he realized something that could be fun for him. Hey brat, have you ever wondered why everyone in the village hates you so much and call you a demon, said Mizuki. Mizuki, don't do it, it's forbidden to speak about it. Iruka shouted, trying to stop Mizuki from revealing the secret about Naruto. I think it's about damn time that the brat finally know the truth. So Naruto, it was because on the night that Kyuubi's attack on the village the fourth Hokage defeated it by before Mizuki could finish he was interrupted by Naruto sealing it within me, which made me its Jinchuriki, Naruto said, shocking both Iruka and Mizuki that he knew the truth. Naruto, how did you find out about that, Iruka asked, wondering how Naruto discovered about the Kyuubi being inside of him. For a village filled with ninjas you are terrible at keeping secrets, Naruto said, lying, not wanting people know that he has talk with the Kyuubi or they will cause even more problems for him. It doesn't matter, I'm just going kill both of you too, and when the Anbu arrive here I will say that it was the demon who stole the scroll and kill you, Iruka, and then I will say that when I arrive here and saw you dead on the floor, I had no choice but to kill the demon, which the village will celebrate and thank me greatly for, and no doubt will make me the next Hokage after the old man finally dies, said Mizuki. How far has he gone and how didn't I notice this sooner, Iruka thought to himself. You're more delusional than I thought, Naruto said. Why's that, you little demon, Mizuki asked whilst being called delusional by a brat. Because you ain't calendar of killing me, Naruto said in a serious and cold tone. I'll show you, little fox demon. Mizuki shouted angrily as he grabbed one of his Fuma shuriken of his back and threw it as hard as he can at Naruto. Naruto, move. Iruka shouted, hoping that Naruto would do. However, Naruto didn't move at all, but instead he just caught it between two of his fingers and thumbs with ease, which shocked Mizuki. You call that a throw, Naruto said in a mocking tone, then he threw it back at Mizuki faster. Mizuki managed to avoid it, but he did get a deep cut on his leg. AWWWWW. Mizuki shouted in pain whilst he held the cut on his leg. Disappointing sensei, I thought you would be able to dodge that with ease being a chunin and all. But I guess I was wrong that you were stronger, Naruto said, wanting to anger Mizuki. Because of two reasons. First was because of the way that Mizuki treated him, shadow clone, back at the academy, and second was because that anger doesn't always help in a fight, it can also cause you to make mistakes, which Naruto hoping for. Then he jumped off the tree branch that he was on and landed gently on the floor. I'm going to enjoy this, Naruto thought to himself as he lifted up his right sleeve and revealed a storage seal around his waist, and as he sent some of his chakra through it, and in a proof of smoke, Naruto was holding a black-bladed katana. It's Itsuki's sword and kill. How does that demon brat know Fuinjutsu? Nobody at the academy or even the entity village would have taught him that, so how Mizuki thought, trying to figure out how, as well as Iruka who wondering how Naruto knew it as well. I won't be needing my Sharingan to beat him, thought Naruto. It doesn't. If you got yourself a fancy sword it still wouldn't help you against me, Mizuki said as he began doing a couple of hand signs. Earth style. Earth and stone bamboo jutsu, Mizuki said as he clapped his hand against the ground, and suddenly 4 large spikes of earth came out of 4 separate directions from the ground and around Naruto, as well as aim right at him. However, they never managed to hit Naruto because right before they were about to, Naruto jumped into the air, but Mizuki saw this and began doing another couple of hand signs. Earth style. Rock gun jutsu, Mizuki said just as he fired bullet-sized bits of rocks at Naruto, which on its way only expanded even larger. As Naruto saw them coming straight at him, he then started to channel chakra through his sword which appeared on it, and then he cut each rock that was to close him in half before landing back on the ground. What's going on? How is he able to avoid my attack so easily, thought Mizuki, because any other academy student would have been killed by now. Naruto then put his sword into the ground next to him and he started doing hand signs, and he then swing his head backwards and suddenly sparks of lightning started to appear around Naruto and he swing his head forwards. Lightning style. Lightning roar, Naruto said just as he let out a large lightning blast that headed straight at Mizuki, who just stood there out of shock as he watched Naruto's jutsu destroys everything in its path, even the ground. As the smoke cleared it revealed scorch earth, destroy trees and a badly burnt Mizuki who was still alive, but only because Naruto didn't use his full strength in his jutsu. How when did he get that kind of power? Iruka thought in shock. Are you alright? Naruto asked looking at Iruka. Yeah, but Naruto, where did you learn that jutsu from? Iruka asked curiously. That's none of your business, Iruka. The Anbu Black Ops will no doubt be heading here because of my and Mizuki jutsus. Take care of the scroll when they do, Naruto said, before disappearing in a quick golden flash. Moments later, after Naruto left, 4 members of the Anbu Black Ops appeared. Iruka, what exactly happened here? One of the Anbu asked curious after seeing the damage. Where do I begin, Iruka? Last time, as the smoke cleared it revealed scorch earth, destroy trees and a badly burnt Mizuki who was still alive, but only because Naruto didn't use his full strength in his jutsu. How when did he get that kind of power? Iruka thought in shock. Are you alright? Naruto asked looking at Iruka. Yeah, but Naruto, where did you learn that jutsu from? Iruka asked curiously. That's none of your business, Iruka. The Anbu Black Ops will no doubt be heading here because of my and Mizuki jutsus. Take care of the scroll when they do, Naruto said, before disappearing in a quick golden flash. Moments later, after Naruto left, 4 members of the Anbu Black Ops appeared. Iruka, what exactly happened here? One of the Anbu asked curious after seeing the damage. Where do I begin, Iruka? Current time, Naruto Uzumaki wasn't happy at all, not one little bit. Why? Because the 3rd Hokage had ordered his personal Anbu Black Ops to find him and bring Naruto to him, the sooner the better. However, despite being brought to a man who will lie straight to his face or constantly be told to try to understand things, which usually involves a villager being allowed to do something horrible to him and get away with it scot-free, but that wasn't what truly pissed Naruto off. It was that he was in middle of eating his lunch, his favorite food miso ramen from Ichiraku, before being interrupted by the Anbu Black Ops and be told that the Hokage demanded to see him immediately. However, Naruto knew it is stupid to be so angrily for a small reason like this, but he couldn't help himself. Why? Because originally back when he was 7 years old, before the change which he calls it, he was already mad in love with Raymond, and after he got the memories it doubled because his mother was in love Raymond just as much as him, and it kind of fused his love for Raymond and hers, in which created a person who really loves Raymond. Anyways, Naruto was currently standing in front of the 3rd Hokage in his office, and he already know why he was there because of what he did last night between him, Iruka and Mizuki, who was at the Konoha's hospital surrounded by Jonin, just in case he tried to escape or to take his own life to prevent the identity of whoever he was working for to be discovered. Naruto, I think you know exactly why I have called you here today, said Hiruzen in a serious tone. Yes, Hokage, and it is about the event that happened last night, said Naruto. That's right, Naruto, normally I would have called here straight away after the event, but my Anbu Black Ops couldn't find you, said Hiruzen. Because after the incident I went straight home, it was late after all, said Naruto. Naruto, I am tired of playing these games with you. I know you wasn't at your apartment and you haven't been there at all last night, so that leaves me this important question: where have you been all night, said Hiruzen. Like I said Hokage-sen, I went straight home, said Naruto. Naruto, unless you mean to tell me that you have some other place where you call home, or I just don't what to think, said Hiruzen. Hokage-sen, I thank you for the apartment that you gave me all those years ago, but I haven't truly used it much for the past couple years now, said Naruto. In that case I would like to know where is your home, Naruto said. Hiruzen, curious that this might be the place where Naruto goes and which his Anbu Black Ops can't find. Somewhere that the villagers won't vandalize, said Naruto. Naruto, please tell me, where do you live now? Don't you trust me at all, said Hiruzen. Hokage-san, if I reveal to you where I now live, some way or another it's going to get slip out and then I will have to put up with the villagers again, so it is not a matter of trust but protection for my home, said Naruto. But in truth, it was only part of the reason why, because if the Hokage knew where he lived then he would find out that Naruto knows who were his parents, which was something that Naruto didn't want people to know just let. But it is important that I know where you live if something important comes up and I need to find you, said Hiruzen. Hokage-san, I hardly think someone who leads an entire village filled with shinobi will need help from a fresh genin, said Naruto. Fine, but you know that if you want to be promoted to the Chunin rank, you will have to reveal it to me, said Hiruzen. Fair point, Hokage-san, but I will only reveal it when it is needed for the promoted to Chunin, said Naruto. Okay then Naruto, but back to my original question, what happened with Mizuki, said Hiruzen. I prevented a traitor from stealing the scroll of sealing, said Naruto. Which is great and all, but what I'm asking, how we're able to stop a Chunin and how or where did you learn that unknown powerful lightning jutsu that you use against Mizuki, said Hiruzen. As you had seen during my genin exam, I have lightning chakra nature, but I thought I needed to know more jutsus to use when I become a shinobi for the leaf, however, because no one would teach me anything, so I decided to create my own, said Naruto, actually telling the truth. Naruto, are you telling me that you created that jutsu? Hiruzen asked, shocked. Yes, I did created that jutsu, said Naruto. Incredible, Hiruzen muttered to himself. Like father like son, I just Hiruzen thought, thinking about back when Minato was creating his own personal jutsus like the Rasengan that he used during the Third Great Ninja War. Is that all, Hokage-san, said Naruto. There's some other things I want to ask you, Ab. Suddenly Hiruzen interrupted by someone burst in. Today is the day that I surpass you, old man, said the little boy who had kunai in his hand and was wearing a green t-shirt, shorts and had long blue scarf around his neck. But because of his long blue scarf he tripped over it and fell straight to the ground. Ow, that hurt, said the boy. You're getting too old for this, said Hiruzen. As the boy picked himself up he looked at Naruto and his eyes changed to anger. You're the one who tripped me and ruined my surprise attack on the old man, didn't you, said the boy. No, you trip over your own scarf, which by the way you really need to shorten to avoid things like this from ever happening again, said Naruto. You did trip me because there is no way I would fall over something stupid like that, said the boy. Konohamaru, I'm in the middle of something, can this wait, said Hiruzen. Not until he apologized for tripping me up, said Konohamaru. I don't time for this, Hokage-san, can I leave now, said Naruto. Yes you may, Naruto, said Hiruzen. Wait, not until he apologizes for tripping me over, said Konohamaru. Just then a man ran and he was wearing a banana version of Konoha's headband protector, which covered all of upper half of his head, pitch black sunglasses similar to the ones that the members of the Aburam clan wear, and the standard Konoha uniform, but without the flak jacket. Lord Hokage, I am so sorry, he just ran away when I turned my head, said the man. It's alright, Ibisu, said Hiruzen. Ibisu looked at Konohamaru, who was standing next to Naruto, and when Ibisu realized who Naruto was he gave him the same look that almost everyone gives him. The Kyuubi brat, thought Ibisu. Well, I'm waiting for my apology, said Konohamaru. I'm not apologizing for your stupidity, said Naruto whilst he walked towards the door, but stopped when Konohamaru ran in front of him and stood in his way. Honorable grandson, has he done something to you, said Ibisu. He tripped me up and ruined surprise attack, said Konohamaru. I don't have time for this kid, said Naruto as he picked up Konohamaru and moved out of way without hurting him. Put the third Hokage grandson down immediately, Ibisu demanded. No doubt now he knows that I'm his grandson, he's going to go on his hands and knees and beg for my forgiveness, Konohamaru thought. Yeah, you better put me now or else, said Konohamaru. Or else what, said Naruto. Well, my grandfather will fire you from the Leaf Shinobi, said Konohamaru. Then I will be able to leave the village without the worry of being marked a missing nin, said Naruto, surprising Konohamaru and Ibisu, who didn't expect that kind of answer. Well, I am the Hokage's grandson, so you better show me some respect, said Konohamaru. He's starting to sound like a certain annoying Uchiha, Naruto thought. Respect is earned, not given, kid, said Naruto, walked towards the door, but was stopped again with Ibisu. You will show respect to the Hokage's grandson and apologize to him immediately, Ibisu demanded. How about no, Naruto said, disappearing in a burst of speed and then reappearing behind Ibisu and made his way out of the mansion. What was that, thought both Konohamaru and Ibisu. Lord Hokage, we need to do something immediately for what boy has done, said Ibisu. Ibisu, Konohamaru trip up on his own scarf not because of Naruto, so there is nothing to be done, understand, said Hiruzen. Yes, Lord Hokage, said Ibisu. Now honorable grandson, you must avoid that boy at all times because he is nothing but trouble. You wish to become the future Hokage, just follow my teaching and you will be fine. Before Idisu could finish his sentence he was interrupted by the Hokage. Idisu Konohamaru gone, said Hiruzen. What, where did he go? Idisu shouted. I believe he ran after Naruto, said Hiruzen. I must find immediately. Idisu shouted before running out of the room. Is also that loud, Hiruzen thought to himself. With Naruto, after leaving the Hokage's office, Naruto would usually find somewhere no one will see him and use the flying thunder jutsu to get back to the Uzumaki clan compound to avoid the annoying villagers. However, Naruto desired not to because he thought that the Hokage's personal Anbu Black Ops could be following him and that he need to get some shopping done whilst he there. But as soon as he left the mansion, the Hokage's grandson Konohamaru was following him and was trying to hide by use of fake wooden fence cover to himself. You can come out now, said Naruto. So as the walk up to the wooden fence he pulled away at it to reveal Konohamaru. Just as I expected from my new teacher to see though my hiding skill, said Konohamaru. Skill anyone could see though that shinobi or not, thought Naruto before realizing what Konohamaru just said. Wait, what do you mean about new teacher, asked Naruto. Well, after seeing what did at my grandfather's office I desired that you would be better teacher than Idisu, said Konohamaru. And just like I said back there, I don't have time for this, said Naruto. Wait, you got to train me, said Konohamaru. Why? Because you're the Hokage's grandson, said Naruto. Can you at least help me then, said Konohamaru. Fair, fine, I'll help you a bit, but I got some shopping to do first, said Naruto. Right now I see what he eats, if that the case or anything, and when he sees my skill he will change his mind and beg to train me, thought Konohamaru. I bet he's hoping to find out any of my secrets, thought Naruto. 2 hours later at a training ground, Naruto had his hands behind his back and was dodging Konohamaru's attacks, which was easily for him and has been doing it the past 10 minutes, and just then Konohamaru collapsed from exhausting. Why can't I hit you, Konohamaru asked whilst trying to catch his breath. I've been training a lot longer than you have, Konohamaru, said Naruto. Naruto walked over to a rock and sat on it. Hey, I've been wondering something, said Naruto. What's that, said Konohamaru. Why are you pushing yourself so hard, Naruto asked, curious. Because I want to become the youngest Hokage, Konohamaru answered proudly. Something tells me that isn't all of it, is it, Konohamaru, said Naruto. I want people to stop seeing me as the honorable Hokage's grandson and see me as me, said Konohamaru. So he wants to be acknowledged by everyone as himself, kind of reminds me of Wilmy before I stop caring what they think of me, Naruto thought, thinking back when he was around Konohamaru's age. Okay, but there is something else. Why did you want me to train you instead of that other guy, Naruto asked. Because he's just like everyone else, treating me different. The reason why I ask is because you don't care that I'm the Hokage's grandson, and after seeing how you got past Idisu so easily I know you would be perfect, said Konohamaru. Okay kid, I will only help you with a couple of things, okay, said Naruto. Really, said Konohamaru happily. Yeah, why not, you seem like a good kid, said Naruto. Awesome. Konohamaru shouted. 1 hour later, and that's how you perform the transformation technique, got it, Naruto said, finish explaining to Konohagakure. Yes boss, said Konohamaru. Boss, Naruto asked, curious. Well, I desired that since instead of calling sensei I will call you boss, said Konohamaru. Anyways, I think that's enough for today, said Naruto. But just then Idisu jumped out of the trees. Honorable grandson, I've been looking for you everywhere, said Idisu as he walked to Konohamaru and grabbed his wrist, pull he away. Let me go, said Konohamaru as he tried to break free. Honorable grandson, you must away from him, he's nothing but bad news, trust me, said Idisu. He said let go, said Naruto. You stay out of this or else, said Idisu. I give 5 seconds to let go of him or I'll make you let go, said Naruto. You may have best Mizuki, but you got no chance against elite jonin like me, said Idisu proudly. Let's see about that, said Naruto as he did a couple of hand signs, and then in a proof of smoke next to him was Konohamaru, who didn't know what just happened, and Idisu was holding a stick that was on the floor before. So you can perform Bobi replacement technique on other people besides yourself, not bad for a brat, normally only a chunin or jonin could be able to that, said Idisu as he threw away the stick. Yeah, but the person who I want to use it on has to be close, thought Naruto. I guess I have to teach you a lesson, so you should feel honored as I am an elite trainer, said Idisu as walked towards Naruto and Konohamaru. Wait, don't hurt him, I will come with you if you do, Konohamaru begged, not wanting Naruto to get hurt, but suddenly he felt a hand on his shoulder, and it was Naruto. Thanks Konohamaru, but I think someone has to put this guy in his place, and I'm more than happy to do it, said Naruto as he walked towards Idisu. You should have just allowed the honorable grandson to leave, I wouldn't have to hurt you, but now that chance is gone, said Idisu. First, his name is Konohamaru Sarutobi, and second, you've been annoying since the moment I first saw you, so yeah, said Naruto. Naruto disappeared in a burst of speed and did a swing kick to Idisu's head which sent he flying. Wow, thought Konohamaru. Ow, what the hell, said Idisu as he rubbed his head. I think you shouldn't underestimate your opponent, said Naruto. I guess I really shouldn't anyways, I don't know how you are able to move that fast, but it still isn't good enough to beat me, said Idisu. First he's saying not underestimate me and in a second later he underestimate me, what a idiot, thought Naruto. The Hokage wouldn't like it if I harm the brat, but he seems a bit overconfident with his skills, so no doubt because he managed to defeat that weakly Mizuki and now landed a hit on me, so in his own good, I should show him how a real shinobi do battle, thought Edisu as he changed Naruto and Jonin level speed. I guess he's not playing around anymore, thought Naruto as he lift his arms up to block Edisu kick and then he push him back. Naruto went into his fighting stance that he and Chen created together and in a burst of speed at Edisu, sending many powerful punches and kicks at him, which he only managed to block a few before being overwhelmed by Naruto's attacks, and suddenly Naruto did a high kick to Edisu Tin, which sent him in the air, and Naruto jump up kick him back down. He actually managed to do it, Konohamaru thought on shock. Ow, that level of taijutsu takes 2 years to master, so how did he do it, thought Edisu. I say it before and I will say it again, do not underestimate me, said Naruto standing over Edisu before walking away. Wait. Edisu shouted with his remaining strength. What now, said Naruto, said annoyed. Where did you learn to fight like that, Edisu asked curious. From one hell of a teacher, Naruto said, thinking about Master Chen before leaving. Wait for me, boss, Konohamaru said, running after Naruto. The next day at the academy, Naruto was currently sitting down at his place at the far back next to a window by himself, with his forehead protector around his right arm in, and Naruto changed the blue cloth of his forehead protector to a black elastic. He now has a dark blue leather belts with his black bladed katana in a white sheath that he carries at his hip and a brown shuriken holster, and his eyes were shut, making everyone else in the classroom think that he was sleeping, which shocking to everyone, because two most loudest girls, Sakura and Ino, were fighting over who gets to sit by Sasuke, but Naruto in fact was in his mindscape and was playing a game of shogi against the Kyuubi to pass the time, but had to stop because he sensed Iruka was coming. Alright everyone, I know that all of you are excited, but please be quiet so I can tell you who are your teammates and new sensei, said Iruka, to which everyone did. Okay, team 1 will be, said Iruka as he read out the list that the Hokage gave him. Okay, going to skip all the other teams and do the ones that you know. Team 7 is Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and before Iruka could say the third member's name he was interrupted by Sakura. Yes, true love wins in your face, Ino pig. Sakura shouted happily whilst jumping in the air of the set. Sakura, I haven't finished yet, sit down. Iruka shouted. Sorry Iruka-sensei, said Sakura. And as for your third team member, it is Naruto Uzumaki, and your sensei will be Kakashi Haddock, said Iruka. Kakashi, he's the last remaining student of his team and also possess a Sharingan in his left eye, as well, thought Naruto. Yes, I going to be with Sasuke and he will see that we were made for each other, but why do we have to have Naruto, thought Sakura. Great, I'm stuck with a loud fangirl, but at least I got dope which I can learn his secrets and hopefully this new sensei Kakashi Haddock is a strong shinobi and knows many powerful jutsus, thought Sasuke. Iruka-sensei wasn't Naruto named the Rocky of the Year and with Sasuke is the second best in our class and Sakura is one of the top kunoichi, so shouldn't the person who is dead last be on their team instead of Sasuke, Shikamaru asked curiously. Well, the Hokage wanted to try something different this year, said Iruka. Most likely he wants Kakashi to keep close eye on me and with him being the only other person who has the Sharingan besides me, only he can train Sasuke to use his when he finally awaken, taught Naruto. Anyways, teammate will be Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburam, Hinata Hyuga, and your sensei is Kurina Yuhi, said Iruka. And the higher ups probably pick our team to be a tracker team, it is a smart idea, thought Shino. Yes, I'm going to the alpha on this team and Hinata is pretty cute and hopefully our new sensei is hot, thought Kiba pervertly. I was hoping to be team up with Naruto-kun, Hinata thought sadly. I just hope that I get along with my teammates and sensei and that I don't hold them back in any misaisions, thought Hinata. And lastly, Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akimichi and your sensei is Asuma Sarutobi, however team 9 is still active, so you will be team 10, said Iruka. Why do I have TTOB stuck with the lazy bum and the fat ass? Ino shouted angrily. Hey, I'm not fat, I'm just big bone. Choji shouted before going back to eat his big bag of crisps. Ino, all teams are desired by the Hokage and the council, so if you have a problem speak with them, said Iruka. It's so unfair why Dose Billboard Brow gets to be with Sasuke-kun whiles I'm stuck with these two, thought Ino. They probably want to recreate our father's team, the Ino Shikacho, thought Shikamaru. At least I'm with Shikamaru, thought Choji. Now all of you wait here for your new sensei to pick you up, said Iruka. 2 hours later, the only people who were still waiting for their sensei was Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura whilst everyone else's sensei had came and pick up their genin. Sakura was trying to start a conversation with Sasuke and was failing at it as Sasuke just ignored her whilst Naruto went back playing a game of shogi against the Kyuubi, but there was amount of times you can play it until it got so boring, so he decided to pass the time by getting a drink. As Naruto got up and walked to the door but stopped when he heard Sakura shout his name. Naruto, where are you going? We are supposed to wait here for our new sensei to show up, said Sakura. Calm down, I'm just going for a drink, said Naruto before leaving the room. How rude he could have a least officer to get us one, thought Sakura, who could actually use a drink. After 20 minutes of Sakura continued to try to start a conversation with Sasuke, to which annoyed him greatly, and just then someone new walked in the classroom. It was a grown man who had spiky silver hair and one visible dark gray eye, while the other, his left eye, was hidden behind his Konoha headband that was tilted downwards, and his lower half of his face was hidden as well behind a mask, and he was wearing the full standard Konoha uniform. "Hi there, I'm Kakashi Haddock, and I'm your new sensei," said Kakashi, not looking up from his orange book. Kakashi-sensei, Naruto's isn't here," said Sakura, which made Kakashi look up and saw that Naruto wasn't there. "Where is he then?" Kakashi asked curiously. "He said he's going to get a drink, but that was 20 minutes ago," said Sakura. "Now then, I guess I'm going to have to go and looking for him," said Kakashi as turned around back to the door, but to his surprise Naruto was standing there with a can of soda. "How did he get behind me undetected?" Kakashi thought in shock. "About time you show up," said Naruto before taking a sip of his drink. "Okay then, met me on the roof," said Kakashi before disappearing, leaving a couple of leaves. "Yes, I will see you two up there," said Naruto before he performed the same thing that Kakashi just did, surprising Sasuke and Sakura. On the roof, as Kakashi appeared, he went and sat on the wall, read his book, believing that he got some time to spend, but suddenly in a proof of smoke Naruto appeared and he ignored Kakashi and sat down. So he knows the body flicker technique as well, Kakashi thought curiously. After 7 minutes Sasuke and Sakura finally managed to get to the roof. "Okay, now that everyone is here, why don't we tell everyone what's our likes, dislikes, hobbies and dreams are," said Kakashi. "Kakashi-sensei, why don't you go first so we know what to do," said Sakura. "Oh sure, well my name is Kakashi Haddock, my likes and dislikes are well I can't say, my hobbies are well, you three are too young to know, and my dream is well, I don't feel like telling you," said Kakashi. All he told us was his name, and we already knew that, thought Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura. Kakashi Haddock, also known as the copycat ninja and Kakashi of the Sharingan, the son of a famous shinobi Tsukumo Haddock, the White Fang of the Leaf, likes and hobbies are mostly reading a book from Icha series, which is a dirty porn book, and his dislikes are those who abandon their comrades, and his drama is to honor his fallen comrades, Naruto said, shocking Sasuke, Sakura and Kakashi. "How the hell does he know so much about me when he's only just met me," thought Kakashi. "He possessed the Sharingan, good to know he can teach me how to use my once I awaken it," thought Sasuke. "How does he know so much about our sensei already," thought Sakura. Naruto, how exactly do you know so much about me?" Kakashi asked curiously. "Knowledge is power, especially in this world," said Naruto. "Okay, how about you go first, Pinky," said Kakashi pointing at Sakura. "Don't call me Pinky," Sakura shouted. "Well anyways, my name is Sakura Hordo, and my likes are," quick glance Sasuke, "and my dislikes are Ino Pig," and quick angrily glance at Naruto. "My hobbies are," another quick glance at Sasuke, "and my dream is," and another quick glance at Sasuke. What a total fangirl, thought Kakashi, Naruto and Sasuke. "Okay, how about you, Mr. Moody," said Kakashi pointing at Sasuke. "My name is Sasuke Uchiha, I don't like many things, and I hate a lot of things. My hobbies are training and learning new jutsu, and I don't have a dream, because I'm going to make it into reality. I'm going to kill a certain man and restore my clan," said Sasuke. "He's so cool," thought Sakura. "Yeah, he's everything what his profile says," thought Kakashi. "As well, he stays away from me and don't tries to use me for his own goals, everything will fine between us," thought Naruto. "And finally you, the blondie," Kakashi said pointing at Naruto. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and that is all you are getting out of me," said Naruto. "How dare he tries to act cooler than Sasuke-kun," thought Sakura. "Not like I care about what his likes are anyway," thought Sasuke. "Just as I expected, not much a people person," thought Kakashi. "Well anyways, you three ain't genin just yet," said Kakashi. "What? But Kakashi-sensei, we passed the exam," said Sakura. "Well, that was just to see if you were ready for the true exam," said Kakashi as he stood up. "Met me tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the training ground 7, said Kakashi as turned around to leave. "Oh, before I forget, here's so advice for tomorrow, don't eat anything or you will punk it up," said Kakashi before leaving a couple of leaves. Previously, "Well anyways, you three ain't genin just yet," said Kakashi. "What? But Kakashi-sensei, we pass exam," said Sakura. "Well, that was just to see if you are really for the true exam," said Kakashi as he stood up. "Met me tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the training ground 7, said Kakashi as turned to leave. "Oh, before I forget, here's some advice for tomorrow, don't eat anything or you will punk it up," said Kakashi before leaving a couple of leaves. And now, at Konoha training ground 7 at 12 o'clock stood only two people. Sasuke and Sakura said they had been waiting for their sensei and other teammate of 2 hours, and they were annoyed and hungry, but suddenly Kakashi appeared wavering at two of his students and not even being bothered by the angrily looks he was getting from them. "Good morning you two," said Kakashi. "Where have you been? We had waited for you for over 2 hours. Sakura shouted very loudly and angrily. "Well, you see, I'm making my way here, but a black cat crossed my path, so I had to go the long way around," said Kakashi. "Don't you dare give us that lame excuses," Sakura shouted. Anyways, where's Naruto? Kakashi asked, realized that Naruto wasn't there. He hasn't shown up, said Sakura, who's slightly jealous because Naruto didn't wait 2 hours for Kakashi to finally show up. Actually, I being here for the past 20 minutes, Naruto said, siding on a tree branch, surprising Kakashi, Sasuke and Sakura. What, why didn't we see or hear you? Sakura shouted, surprise. Because you were too busy dreaming about Sasuke and he was thinking about revenge, said Naruto, lying completely because thanks to his father's memories, he knew that Kakashi is always late unless it was for a mission, so when he said to be here at 10 o'clock, he would show up at 12 o'clock, and after their meeting yesterday, Naruto went to the training ground and placed the Flying Thunder God seal on a tree, and in truth he came at the same time as Kakashi did. But how didn't I notice him at all until he spoke, thought Kakashi, curious. Kakashi then walk over to a rock and place a clock on it and walk over to Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura, and then he pull out 2 bells from his pocket. You 3 have 1 hour, get these bells from me or all of you will be sent back to the academy, said Kakashi, causing Sasuke and Sakura to tense up whilst Naruto didn't seem bothered by it at all. But Kakashi-sensei, there is only 2 bells, said Sakura. Impressive, Sakura, I didn't know you can count, Naruto said, mocking tone. Shut up, Naruto. Sakura shouted angrily. Make me, Naruto said again in a mocking tone. Now there's no need for fighting anyway, it means that one of you will be sent back to the academy, said Kakashi. Being. Kakashi shouted, and the moment he did, Sasuke and Sakura jump into the brushes whilst Naruto just disappear. I can sense Sasuke is in a tree while Sakura is in the forest, but I can't sense Naruto, how's that possible, thought Kakashi as he walked into the forest. In the forest, Sakura wasn't hiding or even planning to get the bells from Kakashi, she was walking around the forest shouting very loudly, Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, where are you, Sasuke-kun? Sakura shouted, looking for her true love. Suddenly she heard something behind her, and as she around to see what it was, but what she saw both shocked and horrified her. There stood leaning on a tree was Sasuke, who was bleeding badly. Sakura, please help me, Sasuke begged. Sasuke-kun, said Sakura, who was on the edge of crying. Please help me, Sakura, Sasuke said before falling to the ground dead. Sakura screamed and then pass out. As she did, the Sasuke in front of her faded away, and up in the tree sitting on a branch was Kakashi. Maybe I overdid it bit, but she should have seen though the demonic illusion. Hell viewing technique, Kakashi thought before leaving. Back on the training ground, as Kakashi walked out forest, he quickly took out a kunai and blocked the incoming shuriken that were for his head. He has some good aim there, thought Kakashi as he watched Sasuke out behind a tree. So you desired that you be the first to try to get the bell, said Kakashi. Don't underestimate me, I'm not like the other 2, I'm far better than them, said Sasuke, as went his clan's fighting stance, the interceptor style. That is yet to be seen, said Kakashi, you just stood. Sasuke changed Kakashi at a chunin level of speed which surprised him, and he then continued to block and dodge Sasuke's attacks, which impressive Kakashi by how far skilled Sasuke was in jutsu, because he was managing to push him back bit. However, Sasuke jumped away and threw several shuriken and kunai at Kakashi, who managed to dodge all of him with ease. However, he did fell for a trap that Sasuke laid out for him, where several move kunai and shuriken were fired at him when Sasuke picked up one the kunais that thrown and used it to cut a rope line. As Kakashi dodged all of Sasuke's kunais and shuriken, Sasuke quickly ran at Kakashi and once again engaged Kakashi into jutsu, but as Kakashi managed to dodge and block Sasuke's attacks, he quickly realized that Sasuke wasn't truly trying to fight him, but instead distract Kakashi as he got closer to grab one of the bells from Kakashi. Upon realizing what Sasuke aimed was, Kakashi saw Sasuke that was about to grab one of the bells. Kakashi managed to jump away in the nick of time, but Sasuke managed to slightly touch one of the bells. Okay, now that was close, this kid is pretty good, I got be careful with him around or else, thought Kakashi. As Kakashi jumped away, Sasuke thought that he needed to up his game if he wanted to pass the exam, so he began to do hand signs. Higher style. Fireball jutsu, said Sasuke as he let out a middle-sized fireball through his mouth. As the fireball headed towards Kakashi, who just there out of shock. How can a marriage genin be capable of doing a C-rank fire ninjutsu technique, thought Kakashi. As the fireball engulfed Kakashi, Sasuke saw that this was he change, and so he quickly overran to Kakashi to grab of the bells, but to his surprise, he couldn't find he anyway. Where the hell is he behind me, above, thought Sasuke as tried to find where Kakashi was. But suddenly something grabbed Sasuke's ankles, and as he looked down to see what it was, he saw Kakashi's head sticking out of the ground. Looking for me, said Kakashi as he pulled Sasuke underground, leaving only his head by using the earth style. Double suicide decapitation technique, after which Kakashi came out of the ground and knelt down in front of Sasuke. Well, Sasuke, I got to admit you are indeed talented, I didn't expect to be pushed this far, said Kakashi, and then he got up and walked away. You can't leave me like this, I demand you let me out right now or else. Sasuke shouted. Just then Sakura, who had regained conscious, walked out from the forest, but only to see Sasuke's head on the floor. Sakura screamed in terror. "Sakura, I'm not dead, just most of my body is buried underneath," said Sasuke. "Sasuke-kun, don't worry, I will get you out of this," said Sakura. Suddenly Naruto appeared and walked towards Kakashi. "So there you are, I was wondering where you gotta go," said Kakashi. "But seriously, where the hell did he go? I couldn't sense him anyway," thought Kakashi. "Naruto, help me get Sasuke out of this," Sakura shouted. However, Naruto just ignored her and continued to walk over to Kakashi. "So you desire to take a chance and try to get the bells yourself, then let's see if you have better luck than Sasuke did," said Kakashi. Naruto didn't say anything, instead he just went into his fighting stance, which surprised Kakashi because he slightly recognized the stance that Naruto was in. "That's fighting stance, it's like a mix between Sensei's and Kushina's," thought Kakashi, as remember that Minato's Taijutsu fighting style was mostly base and speed whilst Kushina's was more brutal and destructive, which she learned from her sensei Tsunade Senju. "I'll use the Sharingan, but I won't need to push it to the Manjikyu, so I don't have to worry about the Manjikyu breaking the seal and revealing itself," thought Naruto as activated the Sharingan in his left eye, and thanks to the seal it kept it cloaked. Naruto in a burst speed changed to Kakashi at a high-level shinobi, which caught Kakashi by surprise, whilst to Sasuke and Sakura, he just disappear and reappear in front of Kakashi as Naruto attacked Kakashi with his Taijutsu, to which he actually managed to land his blows on Kakashi, who could only block and dodge them at the best of his ability, and Naruto then flip upside down in the air and start to kick Kakashi to distract him whilst he used his hands to grab one the bells of Kakashi's belt. However, Kakashi saw that Naruto was trying to do almost the same thing that Sasuke did before, so he kicked at Naruto's chest to get him away. As Naruto managed to land his feet back on the ground, he then did a couple of hand signs and said Shadow Clone Jutsu, surprising Kakashi, revealing that he can perform the advanced jutsu that most Chunin and Jounin can't even perform, and in a proof of smoke, 10 more Narutos appear who all then change at Kakashi whilst the real Naruto disappear into the forest. As Kakashi eventually managed to land a single blow on each of the clones, he then made a way into the forest to find where Naruto had gotten to. As Kakashi continued to walk in the forest, suddenly he sensed something coming, and just a big gust of wind came out and smacked Kakashi, which sent him flying into a couple of trees, and as Kakashi lay down by the fallen trees, he had one thought going through his head. At jutsu it was a wind style, but the Hokage told me that Naruto had shown that he has lightning chakra nature, so how can he perform wind style jutsus as well, thought Kakashi as he picked himself up of the ground, but to kick in the back by Naruto. "Okay, I see that you are definitely not playing around," said Kakashi to look at Naruto. "This is battle, so why would I," said Naruto as he lifted up his sleeves to show a seal, and in a proof of smoke, Naruto was holding his black-bladed katana, to which shocked Kakashi because he recognized Naruto's sword. That sword, it was Kushina's the Midnight Blade. However, where did he get his hands on it, thought Kakashi. Kakashi then brought out from back pocket 2 kunai and held one in each of his hands to block Naruto's attacks with his sword. Naruto then changed to Kakashi at same level of speed as before, and as he got to Kakashi, he did a upper slice at him, to which cut part of Kakashi's Konoha's flak jacket, but he managed to block with his kunai by doing a X shape. However, Naruto was able to break free and swing his sword around and cut Kakashi's left arm, causing it to bleed, and he followed it up with a kick to Kakashi's side, which push. "Okay, I'm actually having trouble here," thought Kakashi. Naruto continued his attack on Kakashi, who could only avoid them and then block until Naruto had enough and start to channel chakra, though his sword causing it to glow brightly, and with one upper swing Naruto managed to shatter both Kakashi's kunai into pieces. That was chakra flow. Okay, seriously, how does he know to do that, thought Kakashi as he tried to avoid Naruto's attacks. Kakashi then desired that he needed to get out of the forest to make more space to avoid Naruto's attacks, so he jumped into the trees, but as he was about to reach a branch, something fast came past and cut though the branch, completely forcing Kakashi to land on the floor, and just as he did he turned around to see whatever it was, however as Kakashi did, but only to see Naruto instead of channeling normal chakra though his sword, he channeled wind chakra and swung it in a horizontal slash and shouted wind slash, where he created a crescent-shaped blade of wind. The blade of wind flew at Kakashi at a very quick phase. However, thanks to Kakashi's quick reflexes, he just managed to avoid Naruto's deadly technique, although he did receive a deep cut on his bottom left leg, but the technique didn't stop there, it continued and went on and cut down 2 trees that were behind Kakashi. What was that technique just now? I have never seen or even heard of such technique before, thought Kakashi in shock. However, Kakashi quickly snapped out of his shock when he saw Naruto was about to fire another one of his attacks at him, to which Kakashi continued to quickly make his way out of the forest, but only to be chased after by Naruto, who continued to fire multiple wind slashes at Kakashi, which cut down many trees. As Kakashi jumped out of the forest and landed in the middle of the training ground, he saw that Sakura was digging Sasuke out, and so far she managed to dig out his upper body, with only his legs remaining under. Just then Naruto walked out of the forest with his sword in his right hand, then he resheathed his sword so that he could perform some hand signs. Lighting style. Lightning roar, said Naruto as he let out a blast of lightning through his mouth, and just like with Mizuki, the ground under it was destroyed, and because of its speed and large range, Kakashi couldn't escape in time and was completely hit by it. Sasuke and Sakura stare at Naruto's attack in awe and shock. What was that, thought Sakura. What was that jutsu, where did he learn it from? I must know, I deserve that kind of power, not him, thought Sasuke. However, as the smoke cleared, it revealed Kakashi was there, and for a second Sasuke and Sakura thought that Naruto had completely destroyed Kakashi, but just Kakashi appeared behind Naruto in a crouched position, and his hands form a tiger seal. Second rule of being a shinobi, Naruto: never let your enemy get behind you, said Kakashi. Hanahagakure, most secret and sacred technique. 1,000 years of death, said Kakashi as he inserted his index and middle fingers in Naruto rectum. But as he did, the Naruto in front of him exploded, causing a massive explosion. Fortunately though for Kakashi, he managed to evade the explosion just in time. That was the clone grade explosion. First he knows the shadow clone jutsu, and now this, where is he learning all these techniques from, thought Kakashi. Naruto then quickly ran out of the forest and threw a couple of kunais and shurikens at Kakashi, who managed to dodge them. However, before Naruto continued his attack on Kakashi, the alarm clock rang, meaning that the exam was over. After Sakura finished diddling Sasuke out, she and Sasuke and Naruto walk over to Kakashi, who was sitting on the rock. Okay, seeing that none of you, let's talk what went wrong, said Kakashi. Sakura, you were too occupied trying to find Sasuke to even do anything to pass the test and failed to notice that you got caught by my genjutsu, said Kakashi. Sasuke, whiles you did try to get the bells of me and actually did a good job in trying, however you didn't thought about working with the others, believing that they would have hold you back, said Kakashi. Naruto, you were the same as Sasuke, you did a good job trying, but you didn't try to work with Sasuke or Sakura, said Kakashi. However, I have to pass them or the civilian council will be pissed that didn't pass Sasuke because they want me to train him in everything that I know, and Sakura's aunt, who is a higher up in the civilian council, will get them angrily, and as for Naruto, the Hokage wants me to keep an eye on him, and after this, I can see why, thought Kakashi. Actually, Kakashi-sensei, I did manage to get both bells from you, said Naruto holding them in his hands. Kakashi, Sasuke and Sakura just stare at Naruto in shock. No way he actually managed to get them, while Sasuke-kun couldn't, thought Sakura. How's that possible? If he's able to get them, so should I, because I'm far better than he is, thought Sasuke. When did he get them and why didn't I notice them gone, thought Kakashi. Naruto, when did you get them off me? Kakashi asked curiously. Back in the forest when I used my wind jutsu on you, which sent you flying into a couple of trees, but before that I created a shadow clone who ran and got them off you as you were hitting the trees, said Naruto. Then why did only I notice them gone until you revealed it? Kakashi asked. Because you were too distracted from our fight, said Naruto. Okay, but why didn't you say that you got them off me? Kakashi asked. Because I wanted to see how I far against you, said Naruto. Okay, well done, Naruto. However, as for Sasuke and Sakura, you two will also pass the test because I believe despite your problems you two have potential to become great shinobi in the future, said Kakashi, making up an excuse why they truly pass. It is most likely he doesn't want to get in trouble with the civilian council for failing Sasuke and Sakura, thought Naruto. So now on we team 7, said Kakashi. Yes, I'm going to be with Sasuke no matter what, thought Sakura. He seems pretty good, maybe he can help me get stronger, thought Sasuke. Okay, let's re-meet at the Hokage's mansion for our first mission as a team, said Kakashi. As Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura left Kakashi alone, he had one thought going through his head. The Hokage's is going to want to know what happened, thought Kakashi as he walked towards the Hokage's office. At the Hokage's office, stood in front of the Hokage was 8 jonin, however, there should be 9 if Kakashi had shown up. Okay, seeing that Kakashi is going to be late, why don't we begin? Please tell me in order which team pass and which didn't, said Hiruzen. Team 1 fail, said the jonin 1 number. Team 2 fail, said the jonin 2 number. Team 3 fail, said the jonin 3 number. Team 4 fail, said the jonin 4 number. Team 5 fail, said the jonin 5 number. Team 6 fail, said the jonin 6 number. Team 8 pass, said the only women. Team 10 pass, said the last man. So Asuma and Kurenai, why don't you tell us about your test? Hiruzen asked. The woman was Kurenai Yuhi, the sensei for Team 8. She had fair skin and long black untamed hair that reached her upper back and had unique color eyes taught were red and had an additional ring in them. She had makeup, red lipstick and purple eyeshadow. She was wearing a red mesh armor blouse with only the right sleeve visible overall. This is very broad material which resembles bandages with a pattern on it, similar to those of a rose thorns. Her hands and her upper thighs were wrapped in bandages, and she wore regular shinobi sandals and her Konoha headband that. The man was Asuma Sarutobi, the sensei for Team 10. He was a tall man with olive skin and short black hair with a beard and brown eyes. He wore the standard Konoha uniform, but with a sash that had the kanji for fire mark on it around his waist. Because my team was made to be a tracker squad, I thought to see if they were able, so my test for them was to find a couple of items that I hidden in the training ground and the forest, which succeed in by working together. Hinata use her Byakugan to locate them, then Shino use his insects to find the traps I set, and Kiba use his quick reflexes to receive them, said Kurenai. As for my team, I created different puzzles for them, forcing them to work as a team. Choji and Shikamaru didn't have a problem with it, however Ino on the other hand, took some time to agree and chip in, said Asuma. Suddenly in a proof of smoke, Kakashi appeared reading his orange book. Hey, said Kakashi. Thanks for joining us, Kakashi. Now as everyone else has already revealed, maybe you can share as well, said Hiruzen. Well, my team pass, said Kakashi, surprising everyone because Kakashi had never passed anyone before. Everyone whose team didn't pass please leave, said Hiruzen, and 6 Jonin left the room. Now Kakashi, please tell us what happened, Hiruzen said, curious. After I announced it, all 3 of them disappear into the forest, but I still could sense where Sasuke and Sakura was, however I couldn't find Naruto. Then I walk into the forest and found Sakura straight away, who was shouting and looking for Sasuke, so I use a Genjutsu on her which caused her to pass out. Then I left her and walk out of the forest, but only to find Sasuke, who thrown a couple of kunai and shuriken at my head, but I managed to avoid them. Then he came out and fought me head on, and from it, I saw that he had completely mastered the Uchiha clan fighting style, the interceptor style, and he was at least S-Chunin level in speed, and after a bit Sasuke then performed the fireball jutsu at him, which I have to admit caught me by surprise. However, I replaced myself with a log, and after when he was looking for me to get the bells, but I went underground, and then I used the earth jutsu double suicide decapitation technique to trap Sasuke, said Kakashi. What about Naruto, what did he do, said Hiruzen. Well, that what really caught me by surprise, said Kakashi, causing everyone else to get even more curious. After I trapped Sasuke, Sakura came out of the forest and she then went to help Sasuke to get him free, and just then Naruto appeared and was ready to try to get the bells from me. The first thing that caught my attention was his taijutsu stance. It was like a mix my sensei's and Lady Kushina, said Kakashi, shocking everyone. Are you certain of this, Kakashi Hiruzen? Yeah, and when we fought it was indeed a mix between them. It had Sensei's quick moves as well as Kushina's brutally and Naruto's speed. It was way beyond what a genin should be capable of, like a jonin level, said Kakashi, shocking everyone further away. Damn, that sounds impressive, said Asuma. Yeah, and as well Fraudy did a flip in the air and started to kick me, but only to distract me so he could grab one of the bells. When I saw this I kick him away, but he picked himself up straight away and then the shadow clone jutsu and created 10 clones whilst he ran into the forest. After I handled the clones as quickly as I could, I follow after him, which I regret, said Kakashi. Why is that, Kakashi? Kurenai asked curiously. After I walk in the forest I got hit by a powerful wind jutsu which I think was the great breakthrough technique, but I can't be sure anyways. It sent me flying in a couple of trees, and when I got back up I was kicked in the back by Naruto, said Kakashi, shocking everyone again, especially Hiruzen, because he knew that Naruto already has lightning chakra nature, but it shows that Naruto already has 2. Wow, that sounds brutal, said Asuma, who was also curious about the wind jutsu that Naruto used. Yeah, tell me about, and here's another shocker. He then pull out a sword which is none other than Kushina's the Crimson Blade, said Kakashi. What, but how's that possible? No one knew where it was after the attack, said Kurenai. I don't how, but I knew it meant trouble for me, so I took out 2 kunais, and when Naruto started attacking me with it, he showed that he was skilled in kenjutsu. However, after a while he had enough and start to channel his chakra through the sword and shatter my kunais with one upper swing, said Kakashi, as he took the part of the kunais that he was holding when it happened. Wow, that kid sounds dangerous, said Asuma. Kakashi, are you saying that Naruto knows chakra flow technique, said Hiruzen. Yeah, I was surprised by it too, and then I thought that it would better if I go somewhere with more room so I can avoid Naruto's attacks easily. However, as I jump away something came flying past me and cut through the branch that I was about to step on, which forced me to land back on the ground. After I did, I looked back to what it was and all I saw was Naruto with Kushina's sword in his hand, said Kakashi. What was it, Kakashi? What did he do, said Hiruzen, who wanted to know what happened. I didn't know at first until I saw the chakra on the sword, and it wasn't normal chakra as before. Instead, from the way it looked, it was wind chakra, and then I was proven right when Naruto did a slash in the wind at me and shouted wind slash, and it created a crescent-shaped blade of wind which headed right for me at a quick phase. However, I managed to dodge but cut my bottom left leg and it carry on and hid and cut down a tree behind me and another one behind that one, said Kakashi. I never heard of such a wind technique before, have you, Asuma, said Kurenai. No, I haven't, and I got to admit it sounds like a Sefu technique to have, said Asuma. And very dangerous when it is used on you, let me tell ya, said Kakashi as he lifted up his pants on his left leg to saw the cut that he got from Naruto. Wow, the kid did that to you, said Asuma. Yeah, and I'm only thankful that it didn't hit me somewhere serious, said Kakashi. Kakashi, please continue your report, said Hiruzen, who wanted to know everything Kakashi discovered. Well, after that I quickly continue my out of the forest whilst Naruto followed behind me and sended many of that wind jutsu at me cutting down lots of trees, and when I finally made it out and tried to catch my breath, I saw Sakura helping Sasuke out of my trap. However, when Naruto show up, he put his sword into the ground, so he used hand to perform an ninjutsu at me, and it was the same jutsu that you told me Hokage-san that he used on Mizuki, but it was way more powerful, which caught me in surprise. However, when it was finished and he walked over to me to get the bells, I appeared behind him. After using the body replacement technique to escape his attack, I then desired to perform a jutsu of my own, the 1000 years of death. However, just as I did it, he exploded, showing that he knows the clone. Great explosion as well, which caught me off by surprise again, and then Naruto appeared and started to throw kunais and shurikens at me, but before he could continue my alarm went off, said Kakashi. So how come they passed then, Kurenai asked. Well, after telling them what they did wrong, Naruto revealed that he actually managed to get them off without me noticing, said Kakashi, shocking everyone. But how's that possible, said Kurenai. He said when he used his wind jutsu on me, which sent me flying into a couple of trees, one of his shadow clones stealthily got them off me, said Kakashi. But how come Sasuke and Sakura pass, said Asuma. Well, if didn't pass Sasuke, the civilian council will cause trouble, and if I didn't pass Sakura, her aunt will get the other members to join her and cause trouble, said Kakashi. Fair point, said Asuma. I think that's all of today, Asuma. Kurenai, I need to talk with Kakashi privately, said Hiruzen. Once Asuma and Kurenai left, Hiruzen became serious. So what do you think then after seeing that, said Hiruzen. I got to admit something is going on with Naruto, because no fresh genin should be that strong, said Kakashi. Yes, ever since his 5th birthday after the attack, he had become distant from everyone including me. I even had some of my Anbu follow him to see where he goes in his free time, but every time he'd disappear without a trace, said Hiruzen. And where exactly did he get Kushina's sword, because nobody could find where she kept it after the Kyuubi attack, said Kakashi. Yes, and after the incident with Mizuki, I sent my Anbu to bring Naruto to me, but they couldn't find him, and he wasn't at his apartment all night. I know, because my Anbu waited all night for him to show. It wasn't until the next morning, when he was eating ramen at Ichiraku, when they finally brought him to me, and then he revealed that he didn't need the apartment at all because he has somewhere else to live, and when asked where he won't reveal it to me, said Hiruzen. So what do you want me to do, Hokage-san, said Kakashi. I want you to find out anything on Naruto, like where does he train, what does he do, who is training him in secret, and where does he currently live now, said Hiruzen. Hi Hokage-san, said Kakashi before disappearing. I must make sure Naruto isn't secretly working with any of our enemies for the good of the village, thought Hiruzen. Last time, so what do you want me to do, Hokage-san, said Kakashi. I want you to find out anything on Naruto, like where does he train, what does he do, who is training him in secret, and where does he currently live now, said Hiruzen. Hi Hokage-san, said Kakashi before disappearing. I must make sure Naruto isn't secretly working with any of our enemies for the good of the village, thought Hiruzen. Current time, in someone else's point of view. Deep within the forest that surrounded Konoha, something was running straight away from Konoha very quickly, and if someone could see in its eyes, they'd be able to see it had hope of escaping. I got to hurry or they will find me and bring me back to that thing, thought the creature. I think it went this way. Someone shouted very loudly. Damn it, I thought it would take them longer to find my tracks, thought the creature. But just then someone with dark purple animal-like eyes appeared right in front of the creature and reached out and grabbed the creature. Damn it, thought the creature. Kakashi-sensei, I have the cat, said the person. Back to normal. Great work Naruto, I think that sets a new record, said Kakashi over the headset. But Kakashi-sensei, Sasuke-kun and I did all the work whilst all Naruto did was nothing until now. Shouldn't he get in trouble for not helping us sooner, Sakura complained. Well, I thought that you and Sasuke needed to improve your stamina, and I saw this opportunity to help you, said Naruto, lying completely whilst in truth he just didn't want to do this mission, seeing that this was a pointless mission, but tired of waiting for Sasuke and Sakura to catch Tora, so he desired to step in. Shut up Naruto or else. Sakura shouted. Or else what, your threats don't scare me, said Naruto. Now everyone calm down Naruto, bring Tora back to the village, but be careful, she might try to escape, said Kakashi. Yes Kakashi-sensei, said Naruto. I wonder why it runs away a lot, thought Naruto as he carried the cat back to the village. At the Hokage's office. That explained it, thought Naruto as look at the scene in front of him. Right in front of him Naruto watches Madame Shijimi, the wife of Daimyo of the Land of Fire, hug strangle Tora. Great job Team 7. Now as for your next mission, you can choose from helping with the client's grocery, paint another client, fence or babysit, said Iruka. Tora come back, said Madame Shijimi. Or now bring Tora back to Madame Shijimi, said Iruka. New away, Sasuke-kun deserves a better Miss Aizen than any of these pointless ones. Sakura shouted, which Sasuke agreed with but didn't say anything. These mission ain't pointless Sakura, they are to help you to improve your teamwork for future mission that are higher in rank, Iruka explained. I need harder mission so that I can become even stronger, said Sasuke. You're not ready for them, you're just a brand new genin team, said Iruka. Iruka, if they think they are ready for a higher rank mission, why don't we give them a C rank if you think they're ready, Kakashi said Hiruzen. Yeah sure said Kakashi as he continued to read his book. Okay please bring in the client said Hiruzen to a jonin. After a couple of minutes the old man walked. These are the shinobi that I hire, they look like they belong in school said the old man. Mr. Tazuna please don't underestimate my genin because of their age said Hiruzen. I'm just saying that I wanted real shinobi not children. Before Tazuna could finish his sentence he felt something sharp against his neck. As Tazuna slightly turned his head around he saw Naruto hold a kunai against his neck. Listen to our Hokage and don't underestimate me, got it, said Naruto seriously scaring Tazuna. Whilst this happened everyone else in the room all thought about what just happened. How did he get there so fast, thought Sakura. I should be the one to be able to move like that, Sasuke thought angrily and jealousy. At least I know that this mission isn't going to be that difficult at being a C rank and having Naruto will just make it that more easier, thought Kakashi. So Kakashi wasn't overestimate Naruto's speed, thought Hiruzen. I still find it hard to believe a new genin has that kind of power, thought Iruka. What the hell, thought Tazuna. Naruto, it's bad for business to threaten the client said Hiruzen. Yes Hokage-san said Naruto as he pulled his kunai away and then walked back. You see Tazuna, don't underestimate my shinobi even the genin said Hiruzen. Why yeah sure said Tazuna who was still a bit scared. Okay team, let's at the west gate in 2 hours, bring only things that you need said Kakashi. 4 hours at Konoha's west gate. Right now Sasuke and Sakura were waiting for Kakashi and Naruto for over 2 hours. Where the hell are they? Sakura shouted. Why do I always get stuck alone with her, thought Sasuke. But just then Kakashi appeared with Tazuna. Yo said Kakashi simply. Where the hell have you been? Sakura shouted. Well you see I got lost on the path of life said Kakashi with a lame excuses. Bullshit. Sakura shouted. Anyway where's Naruto, Kakashi asked. He hasn't shown up yet said Sakura. However just as Sakura that Naruto appeared right in front of everyone. Is it time to leave, Naruto asked simply. Yeah 2 hours ago. Where the hell have you been? Sakura shouted. Around, and besides I have already told you twice that Kakashi is always 2 hours late for Miss Aizen said Naruto. Anyways is everyone ready because it's going to take us a couple of days to get the land of waves said Kakashi. Wait. Sakura shouted. Yes what is it Sakura said Kakashi. Naruto doesn't have anything with him for the Miss Aizen said Sakura. What's the point of carry it whiles I can just seal it into a scroll said Naruto as he pull out a scroll. He knows how to seal things, sure the storage scrolls are easiest to learn, but still who taught him how to do that, thought Kakashi. Then seal both Mai and Sasuke-kun's bags in there as well said Sakura. No said Naruto simply. Why not? Sakura shouted. Because it isn't my fault that you don't know how to do seal things yourself said Naruto. Kakashi-sensei make Naruto seal our things as well said Sakura. I will not because he has a point, storage scroll are useful in our line of work, so you two really should learn how to do it yourselves as well, but until then you will have to carry your things the old-fashioned way said Kakashi. After that all of Team 7 and Tazuna left the village and made their way to the land of waves. As they walked Sakura desired that it was a perfect time to ask Tazuna a couple of questions about the land of waves. So Tazuna, I didn't you hire any shinobi from the land of waves said Sakura. Sakura, not every nation has a shinobi village said Kakashi. How come Kakashi-sensei said Sakura. Many nations can't afford the funding for a shinobi village as it is costly said Kakashi. Oh I see said Sakura. However in the land of iron instead of having shinobi they have samurai said Kakashi. Samurai said Sasuke. Masters of Kenjutsu and the ones from the land of iron said Kakashi. Interesting thought Sasuke. As they continued their way they saw a puddle in the middle of the road which was strange because it hasn't rained for couple days and as they passed it only Naruto and Kakashi knew the truth whilst Tazuna, Sasuke and Sakura didn't have a quote. Suddenly metal chains appeared wrap around Kakashi and then two men appear with large clawed gauntlet which had one end of the chains around Kakashi attached to it. One had the gauntlet of his right hand whilst the other had it on his left hand. Both of them had shoulder-length wild dark brown hair and dark eyes. He wore a rebreather that covered the lower half of his face like Kakashi with his mask, a camouflage suit with bandages around his waists, dark-colored knee-length sandals and a ragged black cape, and around his forehead, he had the Kurigakure headband however, one had a single horn on it whilst the other had two horns on his. Then both men pulled on the chains which tear Kakashi in pieces. Arr! Sakura screamed in horror. If he goes down that easy then he was worthless to me after all, and not worthy of the Sharingan thought Sasuke. 1 down 4 to go said the one with only one horn. This is going to easy brother said the one with two horns. Then both men changed at Sasuke and Sakura who were standing next to Tazuna and were going cut his with claws on their gauntlet which had poison on them however, before they could Naruto threw a kunai in the middle of the chains, which stopped them in their tracks. Nice move kid said the one with only one horn. But is no way enough to stop us said the one with two horns. Both men then press a hidden button within their gauntlets that disattach the chain, freeing them from Naruto's kunai however, as one of them continued to for Tazuna and the other brother went at Naruto. "You're dead kid," said the one with two horns. "No I'm not," said Naruto as he used his superior speed and reflexes to jump above the man and then with his sword Naruto pierced through the man's right shoulder. "Arr!" The man screamed in pain. "Brother," said the other man shouted with concern for his brother. "You really shouldn't look away from an enemy you know," said a voice behind him and as the man quickly turned his head, he saw the man that he and his brother just killed, who then knocked him out cold. "Kakashi-sensei you're alive, but how?" said Sakura relief. "I used the replacement technique to allow them to think they kill me," said Kakashi. "Isn't it a bit dangerous?" said Tazuna. "I did it to see who they were aiming for," said Kakashi. "Look at Tazuna seriously." What do you mean?" said Tazuna getting nervously. "They were after you." Tazuna, "Care to explain yourself," said Kakashi. "Fine, you got me. These men were hired to kill me by Gato," said Tazuna. "Wait, Gato for Gato Shipping Company, why would he do that?" said Kakashi. "Because he has taken over my whole village by force," said Tazuna. "How did he?" Tazuna-san, said Sakura. "My village only has one way of getting anything, that is those shipping, and Gato knew this, so he took out any competition, raised the price, and had hired an army of bandits and thugs, so that if anybody tries anything against him, they would kill them," said Tazuna. "But why would he send men after you?" said Kakashi. "Because I'm trying to build a bridge which will connect us to the mainland," said Tazuna. "Which will end Gato's rule over your village," said Kakashi. "Yes exactly, that's why he wants me dead, because without me the bridge will never be finished," said Tazuna. Tazuna then went on his hands and feet in front of Team 7. "I beg you please continue the mission," Tazuna begged. "You pay for a C-rank mission, meaning that we will fight off bandits and thugs." "Yeah sure, but after these two it's obvious that Gato has higher shinobi which will make this A-rank mission, but I think you knew that," said Kakashi. "That was all money we could muster up, but if you complete the mission we will pay you in full," said Tazuna. "I don't know," said Kakashi because he wanted to help Tazuna, but it will mean putting his genin in danger. "Kakashi-sensei, I believe we should continue on with the mission," said Naruto. "Naruto, this is serious, we can just rush ahead," said Kakashi. "That's not what I'm saying, we take our time and plan ahead, and also you are missing one important thing that we can achieve for the village if we success in this mission," said Naruto. "And what's that?" said Kakashi. "We can create a trade route for our land with the Land of Waves," said Naruto. Naruto then looked at Tazuna, who nodded his head agreeing with Naruto's idea. "That's true, creating another trade route will be great for the village and the Land of Fire," thought Kakashi. "What do you two think?" said Kakashi. "I say we continue on," said Sasuke. "This may be a good opportunity to test my strength," thought Sasuke. "Yeah, we finished this mission," said Sakura. "I can't let Sasuke come down," thought Sakura. "Okay Tazuna, we will continue the mission," said Kakashi. "Thank you so much," said Tazuna. As they continued their way to Tazuna's village they had to stop and had to hire a rowboat to get there, and as they got closer they saw something huge within the mist. "What's that?" Sakura asked. "Well, that people is," said Tazuna. As they got closer it revealed a massive unfinished bridge. "My bridge," said Tazuna. "It's huge," said Sakura. "Well yeah, it has to be," said Tazuna. "Because of how many people will use it," said Naruto. "Yes exactly," said Tazuna. The rower then informed them that he couldn't take them all the way because Gato's men may spot them, and as they finally reached land Naruto sent something in a brush, so he threw a kunai at it, but then a pure white rabbit ran out from the brush scared. "Naruto, you massive idiot, you almost hurt that poor rabbit," Sakura shouted. "No, there was something there, I know it," thought Naruto. "Wait, that rabbit's fur, it's white, it doesn't belong in this land," thought Kakashi. Suddenly Kakashi sent something headed straight for them. "Everyone down now," Kakashi shouted. As they all ducked in time a large blade flew past them and was embedded in a tree, and then a man appeared standing on it. The man was tall and noticeably muscular built with pale skin, he had black hair and brown eyes, he had bandages around the lower half of his face, and his forehead protector was sideways, he was shirtless, but had a belt going across his chest, and wore baggy pants and mimetic wrist warmer, extending up to his elbows with matching leg warmer. That sword, it's Kubikirabacho, or otherwise known as the Executioner Blade, one of the 7 swords of the mist, so it's Uzumaki, the demon of the mist, said Kakashi. "I'm flattered that Kakashi Haddock the copycat ninja knows who I am," said Zabuza. "So Gato has even higher you," said Kakashi. "Yes, so why don't you choose the easy way and just hand over the bridge builder," said Zabuza. "I can't do that," Zabuza said Kakashi. "Well in that case," said Zabuza. Zabuza then ripped his blade from the tree and jumped onto the lake and was standing on it. "It's the hard way then," said Zabuza. "Stay in guard Tazuna, I will handle Zabuza," said Kakashi. "But how would you handle me if you can't see me," said Zabuza as he began doing a couple of hand signs. "Hidden mist Justu," said Zabuza, then a thick mist appeared which covered everything making it impossible to see anything and making Zabuza disappear. "He's going to do the sly and killing technique, it is his village's specialty," thought Kakashi. Suddenly Zabuza appeared in the middle of Tazuna, Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura and was ready to cut them in half with his executioner blade however, as he was about to chop Tazuna in half he was stopped by Naruto who blocked it with his sword. "Oh impressive, Amir Genin managed to block my attack so well," said Zabuza before disappearing in the mist again. "I have no choice, I got to use it," said Kakashi. Kakashi then lifted up his headband to reveal his other eye, which was red with 3 times in it. "There you're famous, the Sharingan eye," said Zabuza within the mist. "So he does possess the Sharingan, but how does he have it?" thought Sasuke. "The Sharingan, what's that?" Sakura asked curiously. The Sharingan is the legendary bloodline of the Uchiha clan, which allows the user to see their opponent's movements and copy them, as well as cast powerful genjutsu over them, just by looking into their eyes, Sasuke said with pride. "Wow," said Sakura. But suddenly everyone felt an overwhelming sense of killer instinct coming from within the mist. 8 points, said Zabuza within the mist. "Which should I choose, the liver, lungs, spine, heart, kidneys, throat, larynx, subclavian artery and the last the brain," said Zabuza. "He's using his killer instinct to intimidate us," thought Kakashi. "It's a good thing that Kurama helped train me to withstand killing instinct," thought Naruto. Sakura was so scared of Zabuza's killer instinct she couldn't even move an inch. "Why are I shaking him so much?" thought Sasuke as he looked at his hand which was shaking. "I got to make it go away," thought Sasuke as he lifted one of his kunais closer to his throat but stopped when he heard Kakashi's voice. "Sasuke, calm down, I promise I would allow any of you get hurt, okay," said Kakashi, hoping to calm Sasuke's nervous, which it did. "I wouldn't make promises that you can't keep, Kakashi," said Zabuza who appeared behind and was ready to attack. However, Kakashi brought a kunai and sliced Zabuza's throat just in time, but instead of blood there was water. Then Zabuza's whole body turned into a puddle of water. The water clone, then that means, Kakashi thought as he turned his head just to see Zabuza. He then cut Kakashi in half, however just like Zabuza both halves of Kakashi turned into puddles of water. "He made a water clone just like I did, damn it, that copycat shit," thought Zabuza. "This over, Zabuza," Kakashi said as he held a kunai against Zabuza's throat. "I don't think so," said Zabuza as he then turned in another puddle of water. "Another water clone," thought Kakashi. Zabuza then appeared behind Kakashi and kicked him in the back, however Kakashi managed to turn around and block it, but the force from it sent him flying into the lake. As Kakashi tried to channel his chakra so he will be able to stand on the water, he felt something wrong with the water, like it was heavier, and that was when Kakashi realized why, but it was too late because Zabuza was standing over him. "Water prison jutsu," said Zabuza as he held his left hand out and the water around Kakashi formed into a ball, trapping both Kakashi and Zabuza's left hand. "Damn it, I fell right into his trap," thought Kakashi. "Haha, I can't believe you fell for it," said Zabuza. "Oh no, Kakashi-sensei," said Sakura, worried for her sensei. "Just great," said Sasuke. "This is bad," said Tazuna. However, unlike everyone else's reaction, Naruto's was different. "So be it," said Naruto as he walked towards Zabuza and Kakashi with his in hand. "I'll use my Sharingan against him as well," thought Naruto as he channeled his chakra in the seal, activating his Sharingan. "Oh, so you think you can save your sensei, do you?" said Zabuza. "Naruto, you got chance against someone like him," said Kakashi. "Yeah, you better listen to your sensei or else," said Zabuza. However, just kept walking towards them, and when he reached the water, Naruto then started to channel chakra, though his feet like Zabuza is doing to allow him to walk on the water. He knows the water surface walking practice as well, but how, Kakashi thought curiously. "I don't have time to waste on a marriage and like you," said Zabuza as he did a hand sign with his free hand. Suddenly the water in front of Zabuza rose and formed into another Zabuza. "Deal with him," said the real Zabuza. The water clone of Zabuza then drew out its own executioner blade and changed at Naruto, and everyone thought it was the end for the blonde hair leaf genin, but in a blink of an eye it was over. Naruto was a bit closer to real Zabuza whilst the water clone was now headless, then it turned back into water. Everyone just stood where they were in shock. What the, said Sakura. "No way," said Sasuke. "How did he do that?" said Tazuna. "Where did he learn to do something like that?" thought Kakashi. "Impressive, kid, I didn't expect something like that," said Zabuza. "Or this," said Naruto as he channeled one of his unique chakras, though the hand that wasn't holding his sword, and then as he lifted his hand up, shooting out of his palm, came out gold chains made out of Naruto's chakra. "What the fuck?" said Zabuza. "What is that?" said Sakura. "What are those things?" Sasuke thought curiously. "Those are the same chains that Kushina had," Kakashi thought in shock. Naruto chains headed straight for Zabuza's left wrist, and as he saw them coming, he knew that he didn't have a choice but to let go of his water prison over Kakashi. However, as he did, Naruto's chains did manage to cut Zabuza's left palm, and as Kakashi saw this he was shocked again. Wait, Kushina's chains could do physical harm, only suppress someone's chakra or be used in sealing, so how come, thought Kakashi as he made his way back to the other. "Kakashi-sensei, are you alright?" Sakura shouted. "No, using the Sharingan uses a lot of chakra, and with the water prison jutsu which weakens the person who is captured by it, I'm going to need a minute," said Kakashi. "But will Naruto be able to hold out that long?" said Sakura. "I hope so," said Kakashi. But after doing the bell test and that it seems he still hasn't shown everything he knows yet, there's no doubt about he will be okay, thought Kakashi. Aim it, what the hell are those things, thought Zabuza. The chakra chain then retreated back into Naruto's hand. Interesting trick you got there, kid, said Zabuza. Naruto didn't say anything, he just disappeared in a burst of speed, but he then reappeared straight in front of Zabuza and began to attack Zabuza with his sword. However, Zabuza did manage to block them with his executioner blade, thanks to all of his experienced swordsmanship. He's actually pretty good with Kenjutsu, Zabuza thought whilst actually being impressed. As Naruto and Zabuza battle in Kenjutsu, shocking both Sasuke and Sakura. However, just then Zabuza kicked the water to splash Naruto, making him back up for a second, which allows Zabuza to begin his attacks on his, but because of Naruto's speed and Sharingan, Zabuza couldn't land any hits on Naruto until he managed to kick Naruto's sword out of his hands when Naruto tried to attack Zabuza from behind, but Zabuza did a back kick which disarmed Naruto, then he swung his executioner blade down upon Naruto but was blocked by something. Naruto had channeled his chakra mode and had created almost identical executioner blade, but it was a gold glowing malleable chakra version of the executioner blade. It's a gold version of Kinshiki Otsutsuki tool creation technique. What the fuck, thought Zabuza. What is that, said Sakuya. That's not possible, said Kakashi, shock. What is Kakashi sensei, said Sakuya. It's like the ability to create those chakra chains you just saw, but he shouldn't be able to create other things than those chakra chains, said Kakashi. I wonder why only he can do something like that whilst Kushina couldn't, thought Kakashi curiously. Damn it, kid, another trick, said Zabuza. A shinobi should have more than just one trick, said Naruto. True enough, said Zabuza. Then Zabuza and Naruto both jump away from each other, and Zabuza saw that Naruto wasn't having any difficulty holding his version of the executioner blade at all, which was strange, because for someone to be able to lift the executioner blade, they need to be strong, and the reason why Naruto wasn't having difficulty was simple, because the blade was made from his unique uzumaki chakra, meaning every weapon he can make from it will weigh nothing to him, but to anybody else it will be like the real thing. But suddenly two kunais came flying at Zabuza, who managed to block them with ease, then Kakashi appeared standing next to Naruto. Naruto, I'll handle this, so go back to the others, said Kakashi. No, Kakashi sensei, said Naruto. What, why, said Kakashi. Because you haven't fully recovered yet and you might be recaptured, said Naruto. Fine, but Naruto, be careful, said Kakashi. Enough of this, said Zabuza, who had enough of waiting. Kakashi saw this with and began doing exactly the same hand signs as Zabuza, thanks to his Sharingan. Water style. Water dragon jutsu, said Zabuza as a dragon made out of water rose from the lake behind him. Water style. Water dragon jutsu, said Kakashi as a dragon made out of water rose from the lake behind him. Then both water dragons change and clash against each other, causing a large splash of water. He was able to copy and perform my jutsu, thought Zabuza. Zabuza then saw Naruto doing a couple of hand signs which he recognized. Water style. Water tidal waves, said Naruto as he unleashed a large water tidal waves towards Zabuza. He already has their chakra natures, Kakashi thought, surprised. What the hell, is he really a genin, thought Zabuza. As Naruto's water jutsu slammed into Zabuza, which then sent him into a tree, but Zabuza did manage to pick himself up, but just as he did, a couple senbon came flying out of nowhere and hit his neck, dropping him. Then in a tree above Zabuza appeared a person wearing a standard Kurigakure pinstripes outfit, which stopped at his knees with an green haori, with white trimming over it and around his waist, a brown slash, as well as sandals with an Anbu Black Ops mask, with a symbol of the Hidden Mist Village on it, which hided his face completely. Thank you for dealing with Zabuza for me, I have been tracking him for a while, now, said the mask before he disappeared and then reappeared next to Zabuza. Kakashi sensei, who is that, Sakura asked curiously. That Sakura is a hunter nin, said Kakashi. The hunter nin, said Sakura. A specialist in tracking Rouge ninjas from their village, said Kakashi. But for his voice sounds only a bit older than these three, thought Kakashi. I will be taking my leave, said the masked man before he disappeared. Okay, let's continue on out, Missy. Before Kakashi could finish, he passed out of the floor. Kakashi sensei, shouted two of his genin. What if Naruto has the Uzumaki and Namikaze bloodline? Thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel and leave a like if you guys need the next part, comment down, and thanks for watching the video and see you guys in the next video.